What's up, what's up, what's up? What's going on, everybody? That was almost like a BitConnect intro right there. What's up, what's up, what's up, BitConnect? uh, Shake that booty, nice. What's going on? How is everybody? As always, let me know how the audio is, the music. I think the lights seem okay. Camera's ready to go. Got my cameraman all limber. This is a big one, right? This is a big step. Wiring prep and electronics. It might take all of 4 hours. I don't know. Hopefully not, but I think it will, because this is a big one. At least it seems like, according to the instructions. So we'll see how it goes. Let me know in the comments how the sound is before I move on, just to get that out of the way in case I need to fix something, you know? Let me know. The one thing I'm noticing is music is not coming through on my end. I don't see it moving, so as always, something's broken. Let me pick something else. It's usually just I need to re-pick it and then it'll work. There it goes. I see it moving right away. Interesting. For some reason, settings change before streaming to after. Either way, music is on mine. Well, now you get double music then. Double. Two's better than one. Quinn Man, how are you? Everybody that's in here, jump into the pinned comment right this way on top of the chat. I'm giving away another roll of this beautiful Sunlu filament. The same as last time. I will be including a sticker. They are right over here. So we'll be including a sticker in there as well. This is Sunlu's, I think they call it Meta filament. Whoops, I just knocked everything down. And it's meant to print a little bit cooler so that you might be able to print a little bit faster with it. And the color is really nice. It's teal. It'll be coming from me, not anyone else, not Sunlu. They sent this to me. I'm giving it away to one of you guys. I'm going to choose at the very end of the stream. And hopefully that person is in the chat at the time. So if you got to leave, see if you can come back. I'd like to give it away to someone that's there at the moment. This is coming from me. Anywhere in the world is fine. Up to $35. If it costs me more than $35, I will ask you to kick in a little bit just to get that filament over to you. But yeah, there's a lot going on today. So aside from that little fun number, the other thing that I have going on is, well, this. Oh, look at that. I almost pointed at it from this little screen. So as you can tell here, I did a thing. So yesterday, I was messing around, and I decided to make a custom cover for the stealth burner. And you probably can't tell there, but maybe you can. Here, let me see if I can do that. Oops, wrong buttons are being pressed all over the place. No, you can't tell if that's not backlit. That looks like a mess. That's my logo. So my logo is in there, and then I made a custom diffuser that's kind of solid so that it glows hopefully solid. I actually don't know how that's going to work. I might have to redo that, but we'll see. So I couldn't help myself. I made a custom one. You know, I like Voron, but come on, you got to have your own logo on there, right? So a couple things happened with that. That's why I did it off stream, is because none of it really relates to the kit in any way. I was just having some fun, but I wanted it to be LED lit, and I went on Amazon and I found you know, pre-wired kits. They're $10. Yeah, cool, yeah. So they're, you know, $10 kits, but then for $15, I found a whole 100 of these addressable RGBs, so I can put them in other places, you know, have more fun with it. So I figured I'm gonna do it myself. I like soldering, so I wired it up myself. I actually have a view of that. Hold on, let me fix this as well. Looks like this isn't working. see. There it is. You gotta have that Winamp moving. Come on. What kind of nonsense is this? Papa's place is here. What's up, Papa? Are those on a remote or software? Depends on what you're talking about. Oh, the LEDs? No, the LEDs are on the software, controlled by Clipper essentially, and you can have it do whatever you want. You can have it turn, you know, different colors depending on what's going on. But the photo is this. This was the photo I snapped yesterday of the wiring. So as you can see, the end on the edge right there, there's a connector there. I don't have any more wires. So before the next part where we wire, actually they have to run some wiring all the way down because I don't have enough wire. But yeah, it was cool. I wired them up. It was really fun. And I gotta say that this cover fit way better than this one. This was one of the first prints I did on the Fysetc X Smart 3 when I first got it, kind of like an out of the box ABS print. And this was, you know, this is fully calibrated. This one's from a fully calibrated print, so everything fit in it better. Even the screws going in fit better. But then on top of that, I also did, if you could tell here, the fan isn't labeled. It's not labeled because just something about, actually the only, yeah, there's no gap. Although that gap was kind of superficial, because it's the back of the fan. There's no actual, it doesn't actually do anything. But anyway, yeah, no gap. It's completely flat and really nice. Just a much better print in general. But the only downside so far I found of the kit is the fans. And this is like a personal thing. They're actually not bad at all. But just something about them not being dual fan kind of has me, I don't know, what do you call it? I don't know, just how it feels about it being, I want it to be dual ball bearing, are the words that I'm trying to say. So I ended up looking around. There's a lot of really, really good, powerful fans. I don't care about fan noise in this case. So I went ahead and grabbed these guys on Amazon, and they are, as you can see the sticker here that I took off. The brand's called HK Wantat. And the reason why I grabbed these over others is because these are apparently, according to their specs, do 8-point-something CFM. I think 8.2. Some of the best fans are doing 9, so this is really close. And some of the other fans are doing, I don't know, 4, 5, maybe 6. So 8 should be a ton of air movement. They're cheap. They're dual ball bearing, and there's 3 of them, and they're on Amazon. So I went ahead and did it, and as you can tell, I threw that in there as well while I have, you know, everything apart. So I soldered those up, I ran the wires again, and everything should be ready for this video. So, perplexed. Yeah, I guess so. Not really, just excited to continue working on this thing. So that's really that. Yeah, and the rest is this. Whatever wire prepping is, I saw that we're gonna have to do some inserts. So I'll have to get my soldering iron here. I'm not sure if we will need it, but I'll get my vise. So yeah, I think we're gonna be like flipping the machine up and down and getting a bunch of hardware out, so it should be interesting. Like I said, I think this is gonna be a pretty big step in getting this thing complete. But yeah, so far so good. I haven't run into too many issues, if at all. The only issues so far have been figuring out what some of the wires are and things like that. But all you have to do is look up this wiring example is actually extremely helpful because it tells you. Can I zoom in here and it show up on your side? Let's see. Yeah. So the fact that these are labeled this way actually matters. And all these are color coded and have different color plugs, so we should be able to find them pretty easily once it comes to that time. Obviously we're not doing that yet, but I wanted to have this photo up because this is the Fysetc kit, and this is what it'll look like under there. Some of the things I'm not going to do, like I don't need this plug at all, so we'll figure that out as time goes on. Yeah, so that's that. So yeah, I just kind of wanted to mention that, yes, I put in a different fan. There's already a different hot end in there, and this is a stealth burner over a afterburner. However, I know the afterburner very well. I have one right there. So I'm not sure that we'll be missing anything at all. If anything, this is a little bit of an upgrade, and if you're doing this kit, I'm definitely going to suggest you going with the afterburner anyway. I did notice that there is a ton of other stuff Fysetc has on their site and on their, in their store on my link. They literally have anything you might want for these kits. So there's a major upgrade path once you have this built. So this should be pretty minor. Manual build guides. Yeah. So, keep in mind that this guide that we're looking at right now, that's the main Voron guide. Right? So Fysetc isn't actually supplying this, but they are supplying things like this, which is very important and very good anyway. I know some kits don't have even this level, but yeah, so I'm pretty happy with it. Let's see how many of you guys already entered. Alright, 8. Okay, not bad. 58 days left. Well, that's an error on my part. There's not 58 days left. There's literally just until the end of the stream left. That's hilarious. So please ignore that. Alright, so let's just jump right in, shall we? Let's get this show on the road. I have a bunch of 3D printed parts down here, a bunch of brackets. I think I printed everything. I'm not sure though. So we'll kind of have to play that by ear. Hey Sun Turtle, how are you? Welcome from the United States, where the East Coast is currently covered in smoke by Canada, and New York currently has the worst air quality ever in the whole world. Which is just a fun stat. Grab this battery right over here. This charger. There's some wildfires apparently, where the wind is carrying the smoke from the not wildfires. I don't think they're wild. Something happened with. I don't even know exactly. Someone told me that something happened with a recycling plant, and that caught other ones on fire. Something along those lines. It caught the woods on fire. Something. Either way, there's burning things in Canada, right across the border, and they're burning other things. Anyway, Chat Hog, last question for a bit. Do you have a running list of upgrades you'd already make to the Voron? Yeah. The things that I'm doing is what I would do. The only thing that really bothered me so far in their kit is literally just the fans. Everything else, if you kept them... Oh, and the fact that they don't have LEDs, I feel like... Well, that's because we're doing Afterburner. But really, a strip of LEDs would be awesome, because they wire up right to their motherboard. So if you're doing this, my suggestion would be at least the 40mm fans, because they blow much better. Same with the cooling fan. Get something from GDS Time. Actually, both fans from GDS Time would be perfect. I would do the I would do the stealth burner over the afterburner, and that's really it. The rest so far has been great. There's a little upgrades like these Teflon, not Teflon. What do they call this stuff? Durlin couplers, things like that are better than what I expected. All the wiring has been good, simple, clean. Speaking of wiring, there is one more thing that I did. So thank you for reminding me. The other thing that's not on the list, and this is another suggestion that I have actually, Cole, is an 80XL. So there isn't one included in the kit, and the base, kit doesn't have one because you don't really need one to get it working. That's kind of this is the bare bones, right? But I would suggest picking up an 80XL. They're very inexpensive, and then also grab a Cat5 cable because they have enough wires in it just to run a single wire to everything that you need. So if I rotate this thing without grabbing the grease, as I always do. Let's see if I can get you guys in there. So there it is. So it is. What I did was I took a Cat5 cable, I spliced it, and I have 6 of the needed wires going there. Let's see if I can get it this way. Nah, it's worse. Yep. So ADXL is hard mounted. I don't have to worry about it, and it's going to work. It does not interfere when it goes all the way here. As you can tell, it's zip tied and good to go. And then it just goes right around here and with the rest of the cables, and it shouldn't get in the way. I'm tangled. Hold on a second. There you go. So that is what we're looking like. It is not bad. It actually looks kind of the part, but this will be kind of tucked in a little bit more once we have all the wiring together, essentially. Yeah, I'm really excited to see what the LEDs look like and like to troubleshoot them in case something isn't working. I think I will have to, I guess, maybe put a Pi Pico into work to test it. I'm not even sure how I could test it. Like I don't have a desktop. What do they call those? Oscilloscope. I don't know what they're called, but I don't have one. So can't really test if those LEDs worked. But I double checked, triple checked to make sure I did it correctly. For whatever that's worth. So yeah, not much really. Like it wouldn't cost anything extra really. The stealth burner is just printed parts. The fans are very inexpensive, and I think it would be a worthy upgrade because it would last forever, or last much longer. I don't want to say forever. The ADXL would only be a few dollars, maybe $10, maybe even less. You'd also end up buying multiple, I think, for $10. And that's really it. Everything else so far has been really, really nice. You didn't really feel my comment, asked how the fam... Oh, yeah, they're good, they're good. Yeah, I saw your name and it just went on with it. You're from around that place is burning. You're welcome for that smoke. Oh, you're from around there? So what is the deal? Like, there's some rumors going on about what it is, but it'd be nice to hear from the horse's mouth, you know? Mexico smog tomorrow. Oh, fun. Wow. Can you see the smoke where you live? Yeah, it's hazy everywhere. So I'm in Maryland, so which is south of New York. But New York is like all orange and hazy. Here it's kind of like it almost looks like just a really foggy day. But it's the worst air quality we've had. There's warnings everywhere. Like my kid's school doesn't have any outside activities. So it's kind of an interesting time. Ohio. Maybe Ohio started everything. Just kidding, Bob. It's around here. It's forest fires. I heard there was some kind of fire at a recycling plant that also lit the forest next to it. I don't know. Either way, it doesn't seem like a good scenario for anyone involved, let alone the world, you know? Alright, I think I just need 3. I didn't look too closely ahead, but... Alright, let's get this thing focused. Alright, and then all the hardware is actually still in the box, but we should be able to get it when we need it. Shouldn't be a problem. What are we doing? This guy? Yeah, let's get the vice grip. Actually, I wonder if there's a better way to do it for this one. Maybe this way. Yeah, I'm thinking this way. There we go, that's solid. Alright, let's get this ball rolling. This should be quick, and we should move right on. This is set at 400 by accident. Soldering some big old wires. Let's go back to 350. Okay. And it's already at 350. This thing is insane. machine square. There it is. Come over here, machine square, for you to use. Anyone printing anything cool tonight? I got nothing printing, but I'm making some more headway with the K1. But nothing currently going on the printers. I also got the motherboard for the Ghost 6, so that'll be the video that I'm working on next. Really excited for that one. I don't want to like spoil it too much, but I'm really surprised that machine is not everywhere. It seems like that's the current budget machine to kind of have, because it seems cool. All around here, I think I already read that comment. All right. Also, if YouTube decides to cut off the stream here and there for a little bit, because it seems to be an ongoing thing with a bunch of other streamers as well, let me know so that I can see when everything is back, so that in case I've been chatting it up, I can at least figure out where I dropped off. But on my end, the connection looks good. I have a really fast internet connection, so that should be great. Showing 0 drop frames. Crystal clear. Alright, that's that. Turn her off. Cool down for a bit while we put everything away. Clean up, clean up. Last legacy parts, then starting on printing Micron. Nice. Printing fridge magnet. Ooh, that's cool, with like embedded magnets. Papa's over there printing up some latches for my 20-year-old socket set. Interesting. The OG ones broke years ago. I suck at designing stuff. Designing's really hard. Think about it. If everyone could design stuff, well, you know what I mean? Like, designing is hard. Actually, one of my buddies who was messing in Tinkercad at work, I saw Tinkercad has some pretty cool updates. Lets you essentially click on a face of the STL to make it, what do you call it? Well, not focus area. It's slipping my mind because that's just how my mind is. But you can pick a face to start your object on. So that's a really big upgrade actually, just in Tinkercad. Yeah, Tinkercad's super easy. Yeah. Well, depending on what you're trying to do. Some simple things that are simple everywhere else are pretty hard on it, but generally speaking, it's pretty easy to make quick, dirty, things. Bring another Glock stand. That stand was cool. Yeah, that was definitely a cool one, and a cool lower too. Okay, all right. Are we cool enough to put away? No, that will still burn and melt everything. All right, then I will work around it. I also still have to do the Super Racer upgrades, including the speeder pad. I really want to do that as well, but I want to do the Ghost 6 first, because I already have a video out for the Super Racer, but I don't have anything for the Ghost 6, and that thing is cool. And the K1, I don't know if you guys are paying attention to the K1. Creality has closed off Clipper, even though they're using it. You're not allowed to do that. It should be completely open. And somebody managed to find like a backdoor into how they closed it and get root access. I can't seem to get it to work. Everyone else is having success, but I can't. I think it might be because I have some sort of pre-production model. Something is slightly different. Even in instructions, they don't quite line up like everyone else. But if I ever get it, I will try to showcase it as much as I can, because there's a lot of cool things you can do in Clipper to make that thing a little bit better. Like, for example, you can increase the extruder's power, which would be very helpful for that particular machine. You can redo the input shaper and not use their really specific predetermined shaper numbers. So it can be a little bit more accurate. You can control the Z offset, so on and so forth. There's things that will make that. So my recommendation for the printer was that I would recommend it to somebody new, because it's very basic and there's nothing you can do, which makes it easy to use. But if you have the Clipper's front end, it becomes a little bit more advanced, and that's a whole different thing. Hey Cedric, how are you? Not much, just a couple upgrades that I did off camera that aren't really related to the kit itself, more like LEDs and stuff. And there's a pinned comment to win some filament from me, and we're starting. I just put in these 3 buttes. So good to look at. But that's it. Alright, so let's dive right in. Let's get the rest of the hardware that we need while this thing cools down. We need M3x8s and M3 hammerhead nut. Tinkercad should make a function where you could round corners. Yeah, as soon as they do that, it's going to be, you know, one of the best free software around, and you know, they're going to be leaving money on the table. I'm guessing that's why they haven't done it. If you can do fillets and chamfers in Tinkercad, it would be an extremely powerful tool. Yeah, I think we'll have to have a Tinkercad session stream at some point, so I can share some knowledge that I've learned over the years with Tinkercad. There's some advanced shapes, shape generators that you could use to do things that you normally couldn't, like various curves and such. There's definitely a lot to it. So could be a fun one. Okay, that's prepped. Oh, this thing's going on right away. Okay. Let's see, where does it go? Looks like on the back bottom. Okay. See if I can get you guys a peek at that area. Probably not the best from here, but I'm gonna need that space, so it'll be right over here. I want to make sure I can see it, you know. Alright, so it looks like we're putting it in this way, and we need it to be 73 millimeters. Interesting. Alright, 73, huh? So, right there. I'll tighten it and then I'll check those again. Even though I just moved it. Why aren't we using those super cool, you know, things with divots? Why are we using these old school, T-nuts? You know? Alright, that's good. Let's see where we're at. 73.4. That's good enough for government work, right? Hey Benjamin, how are you? What's up? Alright, let's keep a rolling. Okay, so there's 2 of these. Different areas. I think they're different. Okay, they're different sides. Which one are we doing? We're doing this side. Let me see if this iron's cold enough. It is. I just use the good old touch it with my fingers and see if it's good to go method. And it was. Just so I can get a little bit more room on my desk here while we work. Can't wait to organize that whole mess. Midlife Chaos, what's up? Alright, let's see what we got going on. So that's in the same corner back here. It's this corner down here. Guys, I know you can't see. I know, but it's going to be rough moving this thing around. Actually, you know what? Let's see if this will work. Yeah, this will work. Here we go. Alright, so it is going like this, it looks like. In that corner, is there better illustration? Okay, and that's just going on the other corner. Alright. I'm 3x8, I'm 3x8. Classic T-nuts. I'm really excited to get this thing printing. I have so many thoughts and questions and opinions. You know, Vorons are... I'm starting to get it. Okay, I'm starting to get it. You put in so much work and effort into the build. You know, it's kind of like... I feel like it's mine, you know? Whereas the printers that get sent, those aren't mine. They're just printers that get sent. It's kind of an interesting effect. Can you get attached to a printer? Question for everyone in the chat. Can you or have you gotten attached to a printer that you have not customized? Because, for example, I had my original Ender. Obviously, you're going to be attached to your first 3D printer if you had it for a while. But that thing was so customized. Like, I'll have to pull up some photos at some point. And I was very attached. I had a very hard time selling it, getting rid of it, and it took me a long time to actually do it. Is there anyone out there that did not modify their machine that still got attached to it, maybe? It's kind of an interesting one. There are many like it, but this one's yours. Yeah, right, that's... I think you feel that more than ever with this one. Like, if you go on the Aquila Facebook groups, right? There's so many really cool Aquilas. They're custom. There's so much stuff. Those have the same feeling. And I have one that's not modified at all. If I blink and it's not there, it's not going to worry me any, you know? So, just some thoughts. All my machines I've modded pretty heavily. Right. And you feel it, right? It feels like they're yours. Yeah, I've modified my fair share. And still modify, even though I shouldn't really. Like the Super Racer. Super Racer is super fun. I pretty much instantly modified it. I just customized my Ender. I've given it extruder spinner. Hey, those are fun. I like that all the creative options that there are now for those. Another fun one is to match the Z screw on top to the spinner that you have, and then also the knob on the display. I always enjoy doing that. It almost gave it like a theme right away. There's actually a guy on the Aquila Facebook groups that's like customizing his Aquila with like a theme. I think it's like it's not Cthulhu. I think it's like a steampunkish. Now I don't remember off the top of my head. I remember it's blue, but super cool. Like he's designing like a section at a time, and just everything is themed and super cool. That's a fun one. All right, so we got that stuff on. What's next? What's next? Oh, did I jump the gun? Yeah, I did that already. Oh, we're getting out a panel. And we're flipping it. Okay. Alright. That's going to be interesting. Let's do it, I guess. I don't even know. I mean, this thing can go pretty high. Does it need to, though? I guess I will go one level. We'll go one level high. There we go. Alright, let's see how we're going to flip this with all these wires hanging out. I have these giant bundles of wires. Go sideways. Alright. Wires as suspected. I want to pinch them. Okay. Man, grabbing this thing and getting grease all over your hands. I gotta remember that the front has grease there. Grease. I use Tinkercad to take spinner made from the Prusa and work on my Ender super easy. Yep. That's the perfect use case for it. For Tinkercad and fun stuff like that. Alright, let's get this panel. Align the notch with the back of the line. The Z, okay. Alright, I gotta search through the box for the panel. It's not like they're gonna be labeled, but this is definitely the doors. I know it's gonna be a dark one. Alright, it's not this, it doesn't have a cutout, it's gotta be this one. Oh, they put it at the top, so that's nice. Great packaging. Hey, Ballistic, there he is. With the 5, too. Some Trident builders recommend leaving the bed out until absolutely necessary because you have to flip and turn the machine so much. Yeah, that's probably true. Well, too late now, you know? Alright, so thank you again, Ballistic. And I caught his stream yesterday, him building his Zero. While I was working on mine, I had it playing off to the side. Super cool setup. You guys should check it out. He's building his on streams just like I am. So if you're interested in the smaller Voron kit and seeing somebody, put it together, definitely check out Ballistic's channel and his stream. Good guy, good guy. Okay, let's see how this puppy goes in there. I'm guessing I have to. Yeah, they do. This does not have Wagos. Okay, so hold on. So, should I be undoing this film? I feel like I should, but I kind of want to keep it protected. Anybody know? Jeff, you'd probably know. Should I take this off? I'm gonna assume yes. Yes? Alright. Alright, let's do it. See if I can get a good peel. If I could even get my fingernail under there. Here we go. Here we go. How easy is this going to be to scratch? Looks like it's not that fun to peel either, because it tears. Keep the film on. Right, but my worry is that I'm not going to be able to put it on in some, like it has to go underneath these printed parts. Let me just see how it works. What are we hitting here? Extruder motor. Here we're hitting the feet. Interesting. How can I get it under there? I need to push. I don't want to break that connector. So from here, yeah, I mean, I'm not going to be able to peel that. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to peel this later. It's okay. Let's just get it off of there. We're going to accept our fate. Folks in the Airstream set to peel it at a 90-degree angle. Okay. These are the pros. 90-degree. Here I'm going for 45. I just want to get it started without it peeling. I mean, ripping. Alright, let's see if I can get it started. No! Alright, hopefully go in this direction. Don't do it, film. Here we go. Come on. Here we go. Think we're doing it. I feel like I'm gonna like hit myself in the face with this or something. It's very shiny. I kind of wish that this was somewhat see-through, because it would fit the theme of my machine really well, and being able to see the electronics is kind of like the point of why I went with the color that I went with. Maybe I'll change it to a transparent one at some point, and I guess I won't be able to once I fit all this in. It's gonna be pretty impossible, I'm assuming, to take this one out. I guess I'd be able to from the top, like by removing the motor mounts and stuff. Wow, I really didn't expect this to take this long to peel. But I guess it's worth it. Slow motion will make it quicker. Alright. I mean, I'm definitely not trying to rush it, but it ripped. Try to catch this one. There it is. Okay, I caught that one. Now the next hurdle is going to be right over here. Oh, you guys can't see it, can you? I guess you can. There we go. Let's see. Yep, that's what I suspected. Let's help it a little bit. And then we're going to try to get it around that stepper motor. I might have to undo the stepper. What does it say? Align the notch, that's all it says. Smoked plexiglass for outside? Yeah. I guess I can get like tint and put that on the plexi. I mean, I'm not planning on doing the plexi until the machine is running, you know, very well. So I have some time to decide on that. Guys, if this is noisy, I'm sorry. What material is the bottom made of? This one, it's acrylic. It's just, it's not see-through. It's opaque. It's going now that I got it. 90 degrees, like you guys mentioned. Ballistic, you're the real MVP. How did your build go tonight, by the way? I couldn't join because I had to set all this up, plus, you know, dinner with the fam. Did you end up doing a stream tonight? Oh, here we go. Drink break. Hero Psycho asked me a question in the Discord, but you're not here, Hero, so whatever. Oh, you didn't? Okay. Yeah, like kneeling over. Yeah, I mean, I think you had a standing desk going, but this thing's pretty tall. It's taller than standard because I added 3D printed like extensions to the legs on the top where they mount to this table. Not the sturdiest table in the world, but it's tall. No. Well, I like that this is so protected. But this film is definitely a pain in the butt. It's fine. Protection and not having this tore up is definitely much better than removing it one time and then never having to worry about it again, you know? Alright, I guess let's see if we can go in this direction. Darn! There's got to be a trick. I'm not trying to go 45 degrees, but you kind of have to when getting this started. Yes, Retroid Pocket. I know that there is a update for you. Thank you. Having fun with the Voron. Hey, buddy. Yes, I'm having fun. I'd love to have fun with that machine that you see right there with the cars on top. But I'll have to save that for a little later. And I appreciate your help in the Reddit. In the Reddit! You know what I mean. You get a file from Voron if you need to laser cut. Yeah, I think so. I think that was available. And I do have a laser cutter that is 400 by 400. And but the problem is, you can't do clear acrylic on my laser cutter. You could do opaque like this, and I wonder if I could do like maybe like a smoke type of scenario. I'll have to do some testing. But laser cutters are not my forte. I get contacted about doing laser cutters almost daily by like every company imaginable, but I deny them because I don't have the space. You know, I can only put so much in my single car garage, and at that point it's not a garage anymore. Right now it's not even a garage. I don't have a car in there. The car sits outside, so no lasers, at least for a while. The Excel files available, yeah. My first printer was a Tronc TX1. That was a cool little machine. The older ones as well, like all of them. The modern one was pretty cool too. Had a little acrylic box, control box. Took like 2 hours to build the whole printer. 1 hour to field the acrylic. Yeah, that's what this is like. I didn't expect to be here doing this. Do you have a makerspace or Fab Lab near you where you live? I probably do. I'm not the most social person in the world. So I try. I don't really go anywhere unless my wife wants to go somewhere. She's not a fan of that, but it is what it is. So I don't really know. I haven't looked. I've kind of made my own makerspace so that I don't have to go anywhere. Laser cutter use protection, yes, for sure. Yeah, I did I think 2 videos on laser engraver / cutters on the channel by Adam Stack. And I really enjoyed the experience. I actually did a lot with them. But, you know, 3D printing, right? Peeling panels is the worst part. Yeah, I can see why. This isn't the most fun thing in the world. Hey Jeff, while I have you here and focusing on these panels, do I have to take off the stepper motor, like the rear one, to get this on? Because it looks like the connector is in the way. Not a big deal, just 4 screws, but I'm assuming that's how you get it on there. Send Cut Send has decent prices. Oh, okay. Durlin and ABS sheets. Yeah, if I could find like a smoked sheet, I think that would be cool for the bottom at least, because then you could like see the electronics, kind of like the old Game Boy Advance and Game Boy Color, which kind of that's what inspired this whole build. Well, the color for the build at least, and the filament. Problem, hopefully you can figure out the config file for your unit. Yeah, that would be amazing. I was mentioning earlier in the stream, like, the things that you'd be able to do with the K1. It would change my review of it, I think, pretty dramatically, actually, if I could get to the clipper front end of it. Further decrealifying it. My LDO kit had steppers facing different. Oh. Acrylic's just a pain. I remember in PC building, yeah. Or being quite easily scratchable. Yeah. My PC, actually no, mine has glass. It has acrylic on the bottom, so I built my PC in a Inwin A1 Plus. It's a smaller ITX case from I guess 2 years ago now, maybe a little longer even, 3 years. And it has glass panels, but the bottom of it is acrylic, and just by having it around and moving it around, it scratches very easily. Alright, so I'm going to do my best not to scratch this, and I think in order for me to do that properly, I'm just going to rest it here for a second and see if I can undo this or loosen this stepper. Let's see which one. Probably not this one, right? No, it is. Okay. I'm just going to loosen it and see if I can move it out of the way. And we'll put it back and see how it do. The trapdoor mod that gives you access. Yes. Yeah, I saw that. It was recommended before I started this, and I figured, one, I want to do that mod. Like, that mod seemed so cool. The fact that you can, first of all, not only hinged, but the electronics are flipped, so you can see them from the bottom. So you like take off the door and the electronics are all there. You don't have to flip the machine. I wanted to do that, and I kind of decided against it. I decided against it just because I wanted to have a chance to review the kit as is. And I know I've already modified some things, but I don't feel like they're dramatic, and I feel like flipping the entire electronics panel is going to be pretty dramatic. So I decided against it. I don't know, maybe I'll regret it later. I guess it's just time will tell. Alright, let's see, what can I do? Can I maybe hold this and spin this guy out the way? I guess I would have to fully undo this. It's worth it. I don't want to scratch the panel, so let me just go ahead and do it. A lot of PC cases have moved the polycarbonate extender. Yeah, yes, that's true. But, you know, PC cases, like glass. We need metal and glass, right? That's the way. Alright, there we go. That thing's fully loose, so if I hold the bed now... Oh, there we go. Okay, there we go. It's loose. Alright, so... if I get this thrown up here, let's get it around these feet. I didn't think I'd be playing origami with acrylic pieces today. Gotta say. Okay, that's there. Now this guy. push it upward. Here we go. Bam. Worth it. What's the tempered glass now? Yeah. Yeah, I remember when, I don't remember what year it was, but when, Inwin, you know, they have some very artistic cases. Inwin had some wild stuff early on. I remember when I was first checking out the A1 Plus, some of their other cases were just insanity. Here I go touching the grease again. Yeah, but this definitely has a lot of correlation to PC building. And Ballistic is hooking me up with some PCBs for this for later. And we were just talking about how that 14 wire plug for those, and just generally speaking, running that is very PC-like when you have to sleeve your own cables. Well, not have to, when you choose to sleeve your own cables. Oh, I didn't think this was going to be a pain, but totally is. Come on, stepper, go in. And the grease. Inwin, yeah, showcase build, that's a good way to say it. Definitely some artistry. One of these days I'm going to get printing an ITX case. Yeah, I've always wanted to do that, actually. My hurdle was always the power supply. It was so expensive, the ITX power supply. So the Inwin case has its own built-in power supply. It's a 650 gold. And by today's standard, that's probably low. I have a 3070 in there, I think it is. So it's still good for that, but 40 series, you probably want something a little bigger. And the price was so much for those ITX power supplies, I just decided to go against it. But you can build much smaller if you have these smaller power supplies. Went to CS, that Inwin had a transformer case. I think I've seen it. Yeah, they have a lot of those crazy, like, box cases where you press a button and the whole thing opens up like a lotus flower or some nonsense. Computex, yep. LTX would be cool, yep. Corsair, SF, small factor. Nice. Computex. All those seem cool. The only conventions I've ever been to are car and board game. Alright, Quinn. Get freshened up, dude. Yeah, we'll be here. Alright, I think that's laying in place. I don't want to touch it too much. So what we got going on next? Deck panel. Rotated deck supports 90. Deck supports are which? Okay, these guys. How many deck supports do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That seems like a very low amount of deck supports. How many am I supposed to have? Is there a general photo? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Right? Is it 6? Let me look again. So this is the back. This is the side. So 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the front. And I don't see the rest. 1, 2. I'm guessing it's all 6. Also, there were different size ones. I'm not sure if I printed the right ones. I guess I'm about to find out. So they go... rotate support and lock them in place. Which way do they spin? I think I printed the wrong ones. which would be terrible. Yeah, so they spin downward. Yeah, I totally printed the wrong ones. Right, because these seem huge. Alright, hold up. So they spin. This one spins upward. Oh, so you put it in this way and it spins downward. But that goes past where it's supposed to go. So if I put it this way and upward, that should fit, right? Maybe I'm just doing it wrong. Oh, it's this way. Okay. Got it. Got it. They're a little loose, but that should be okay. Just put it right there. You just have to figure out which way to put it in here to spin. Pretty clever little thing. They move a little too much for my liking, to be honest. Oh, not that way. But these are the things the acrylic just kind of lays on, huh? When I flip the machine over, it'll kind of just be held by it. Doesn't fall through. Okay. Speaking of sand cut cent, they also cut and bend metal. Oh, nice. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. They kind of sit on the desk, almost like a, I don't want to say origami, but yeah, just like a bent shape around the power supply. The problem with them is they're very loud. Having an open case, like a test bed essentially, is very loud. Like especially if you game at all or do rendering where you use your GPU and CPU quite a bit, which I think you do, Ballistic. It's gonna be louder than you think, unless I guess you don't really mind if you're alone and you're wearing headphones or something like that. DIN rails. Oh, okay, good that they hold it too. Thank you, Jeff. As always, man, you're so helpful. I really appreciate it. SF750 Mytech's running 3080 Ti. That should be good, right? That seems good. 750 is a lot. I just shoot video for Tweaktown. Oh, cool. Yeah, definitely. Nice. So you have a lot of experience in this whole thing. It's going to transfer right over to the 3D printing stuff you're doing, because your setup already looks amazing. Old HD workstation build quality. True. Not a Mac fan then, huh? How about that new Mac Pro? I'm just trolling. Don't even answer me. I already know. I'm just kidding. Yeah, it's open SSF, open air build. That would be really loud. Loki Ghost was cool. They have an open air now? That's new. I haven't looked in a couple years. Alright. Let's keep a rolling. Where is this at? Hold on. What am I doing here? Is this the front and the back? Oh, that's just the front. Oh, okay, hold on. I did that wrong. So these two go in the front. It's a good idea to like pay attention and, you know, pretend like you're doing a build. I'm just like casually hanging out. No pressure, chilling. And you know what? That's how I want to do it. So deal with it. Alright, cool. So we're only using 4, it looks like. Twist the lock, we did it in the back. Yeah, because this is the sides. And this looks like one side, and that looks like the other side. So we need 5 M5 T-nuts. And these are those super cool T-nuts. Hey, Ballistic, you were mentioning that the smaller V0 has M2 nuts and stuff. Do they have these T-nuts in the kit? Like these T-nuts, hold on, sorry, big fingers. So these T-nuts have the spring-loaded ball bearing in there. So when you pop them into the channel, they stay where you put them. And these things are amazing. Like, I didn't know they existed until this kit. And they're so handy. I'm wondering if other kits use it too. Like, that's a major perk. Alright, so this is the back. The back gets one facing in this direction. Looks like dropping this isn't going to be very fun. And one in this direction. One in the same direction, yeah. One to the outside. No, that's why the V0 is annoying to build. The 15mm extrusion doesn't have any drop-in nuts like that. Oh, okay. I mean, it is smaller, you know, so... Alright, so this side gets one going here. I actually don't think I'm going to need one of those because I'm not going to be using that Wagos thing. Because this kit doesn't have it. So I'll have to tweezer that puppy out of there in a minute. Or I guess I can do it later. Alright, so that's an extra. Back again. Hey Andre, how are you? Oh yeah, definitely back. At least my goal is at least once a week. Until this thing is done. Thank you, thank you. It feels like I'm not making that big of progress. It feels like I've been doing this forever, but I'm having a lot of fun, and definitely I'm always looking forward to the build, for sure. Anyone know of a different SB door wire cover to get a little more room for the wiring on the tool headboard? LDO's version is tight. I was just looking at those today. I saw this cool one that covers the whole back that I thought was neat, but I'm not sure if it gives you any more room. They don't make hammerhead nuts, really? Oh, because it's a tiny extrusion. Man, okay. LDO started making drop-in nuts. You can buy separate. It doesn't have ball bearings. Yeah. So this is quite the benefit to this kit. So I think its major strength, aside from the extrusions being really high quality extrusions, is this toolkit has just been an absolute gem. It's labeled, it's organized, it's I guess it's really similar to the rest of their packaging. It's just good. Alright, we got those in place. Now we're doing DIN rails. DIN rails. I guess let's get them, huh? Gotta say I'm nervous. Definitely nervous. It's a big step in the build. I just don't want to screw it up. Alright, DIN rails. It looks like this goes outward because they have a little notch. Okay, so this goes like that. And I see there's like a little clip right there. Roughly center the DIN rails and space them apart about 80mm, okay? And this little clip just goes somewhere down here. Okay. And how does this go? Okay, that just slides right on there. Alright. Okay, I got that prepped, so we're going to put them on in the middle and then space them. Alright, let me set this down on there without scratching the crap out of it. I'm going to need a step stool. Let's see where roughly the center is. Doesn't have to be exact from what I gather, but somewhere there. And then 80 millimeters apart. See what I can use. I'll just use this. Roughly 80, huh? Alright, that's roughly 80. I guess I can always loosen and move them later. Alright, let's get those things in place. As we see here, there's some for the nut carriers that help make. Yeah, I saw those. Those are cool. That's a really good idea. That one, I'm going to take it out because I'm not putting this thing in this corner. And I think that's what it's for. It's the front of the machine? Yeah. Come on out of there. And if I have to, I'll just throw it back in there. No big deal. Alright, so let's put that up there. Cool. Cool design. As I say, every single 2 seconds while I'm working on this thing. So, what's the point of that clip? Oh, so these little clips, they just hold the acrylic from not touching the metal. Okay. The 1515 extruder can make stuff hard. Micron small compared to 350 V2.4 I just got done with. Yeah, micron and all that stuff sounds small. M5 by M16, where are those at? They are here. We need 8 of them. Wow, they're big. That's this guy. Where did that guy come from? M5 by 30. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're throwing these guys in there. Like every step of the way seems like an extremely easy way to scratch the acrylic, which doesn't matter down here. You're never going to see it, but Don't want to do that. How do I thread this guy in there? Come on. There it is. Okay, I'm just gonna keep it loose for right now. And try just get them a build. I don't really have excuse. Just get them a build. Yeah, no excuses. If I kept making excuses, I would have never started this build. I had this thing in the box for like 3 months, 2 months at least. Should have just done it, would have been done by now. My buddy. Alright, Andrew. Printer Prawn. Good name. What's up? Sorry, I'm trying to focus, trying to get to the line. This one's gonna be impossible from this angle. Got it. No way you're gonna do that the whole night. Retroid. Super cool little device, by the way. Retroid Pocket 3 Plus. Okay, so just make sure we're somewhat straight, somewhat centered, and somewhere close to 80 mils, like the thing said. Whoa, that's spot on. Holy moly. Can you guys see that at all? Literally 8-0. What the? Well, that's wild. Okay. I'll take that. I will take that all day. Now let's tighten this. But I'm sure I'll have to undo it at some point. Or we'll get lucky and it'll all just fit and work and... The 2 switch wires, a Trident 2x4 starting micron, and the Legacy. Joe's been busy. This collection's pretty deep. I have a bunch of parts to convert and ender to switch wire. Yeah, ender to switch wire is a cool conversion. Print the prawn. Thanks again for the Bowden tube, all the metal Hanan tip. Yeah, absolutely. It's been playing great. Glad to hear it. Glad to hear it. It's usually one of those simple things in that setup, at least. Start a print farm and swear you'll open an Etsy shop. Nice. Hey, look, I can do that. First printer I got 4 months ago, Anycubic Cobra Go. Now I'm already on printer 2, K1. It's very easy for them to multiply. Very easy. And the choices, there's so many printers now. It's crazy. I remember before when you were getting in, you had like maybe 5 choices, like really. But the amount of printers that you have now is just overwhelming. And you can almost justify your choice regardless of what machine it is on the internet. A lot of mixed opinions just based on backgrounds of everybody and how they all function and work, and it's all wild. All of it's wild. Alright, our DIN rails are on. At least with a printer kit you'll be at home building. Yep, that's true. And then, you know, make some of the first prints be something for her. Babe, I made you this. I made this beautiful benchy. For you, it's a beautiful boat. Maybe one day we'll go sailing together. Play a video on the K1. Do you think it's a real contender for the P1P? I can't. I mean, are you talking to Technica? Or me? I'm assuming me, so I'm just going to answer it real quick. I don't have a P1P, so I don't have first-hand experience. I just know the rumors about it, that it's amazing. I just know that I don't think they're the same. I think the P1P has the chance to have a AMS system, and the K1 does not. And I don't think it will, unless they do some black magic later on. But the P1P is not enclosed, and getting it enclosed is possible, but it's going to cost a lot more. So technically, if you just wanted PLA, like just PLA prints, or just, you know, just in general, the basic TPU, PETG, like that type of stuff, then technically the enclosed machine is a better deal. However, like I mentioned, as the printer sits, the K1, it is way more of just a beginner printer because it is so closed down. I think it's more closed down than the Bamboo machines. The Bamboo machines have a really good slicer, and you can use other slicers with the K1. It's just a little bit trickier. But they have a much better slicer. There's a little bit more you can do with them. The print quality is amazing. Everyone will tell you how cool you are. Women will be flocking to you. You'll make a lot more money, so on and so forth. You can't talk bad about a P1P. The K1, I think, at least in the way they've designed it, in my opinion, is geared towards the ultimate beginner. So is the P1P, but I think the K1 a little bit more. The reason why I like the K1 is because of its enclosure, and that's sad for me to say because I can't use it. I can't use mine for its enclosure because the extruder doesn't work with hot temperatures. So until they send me whatever their extruder fix is, I can't really print ABS or ASA on it. So that's why I mentioned basic filaments for now. From what I understand, other people are printing ABS just fine. So it's mixed. It's a mixed review. I like a lot about it. I think they're putting literally their best effort on this machine. It has such a high quality to it. I know people are like Creality, low quality, blah, blah. It's not true. There's nothing about this thing that says Creality outside of the sticker on it. And you know, Technica has one. I'm sure he can kind of piggyback off some of this stuff. I think its weak point right now is the extruder because of all the uncertainties. You can find them online everywhere. Otherwise, the components are great. The printer is great. It feels nice. It prints really nice. I just don't know. I will either eventually buy a P1P, or for some odd reason they'll reply and send me one, which I don't think they ever will. I don't think they'll ever get back to me. I just don't want to buy it because it's tough. It's tough in my position to buy one. Like, the channel doesn't really make enough money for me to have that kind of budget to just willy-nilly buy $700, $800, $1,000 machines. I'd have to really save for a long time, especially with the time I took off. So it's hard for me to just buy one, especially because I've literally boxed machines everywhere waiting for reviews. So I'm not jumping out of my socks to buy a P1P. So that's kind of the thing. Me personally, I'm always gonna have a hard time comparing it to a machine. But I know from the X+3, which I still use, I think the X+3 is far more advanced than what you can do with it yourself as comparison to the K1. But the X+3 feels like a child's toy in terms of its feel and aesthetics in comparison to the K1. The K1 is just tight and just it feels so nice. Hopefully I answered to some degree. Maybe I didn't. I don't even know. They're close to price, that's why I ask. Right. Bigger build volume, not 100 on that. Yep. Yep, that's all correct. Hey, Jose. She's man on golf. Nice. Quinn's back and clean. Hey Caleb, do I have plans for the printer once it's done? Yeah, I'm thinking I'm going to do some of the PCB mods, but I want to tune it, I want to print it, and then evaluate the kit, and my plan is to make a video for it like I do with my other machines. Kind of like giving you the pros and cons of the kit, of the build, and kind of talk about it, and then, you know, we'll have this platform to compare to other ones and to modify. So there's short-term plans and long-term plans. Long-term, there's so much stuff you can do. You can literally do anything. So it's hard to like just say one thing, but I think the PCBs are kind of cool, and I think they're going to make living with the machine long-term easier than having giant wires running through. But that's something I want to talk about in the pros and cons, so I'll leave that out for now. Hey Black Diamond, how are you? Technic said, I think the K1 will have some growing pains. It's already having it, but I think its modding potential will be much stronger later down the road. Creology to release its clutches. Yes. I think I will change my review almost entirely if I can get to the front end of Fluid and have control of the printer configuration like we should in the first place. I think it'll become a far more advanced machine as soon as we have, you know, Creality let go. Weak point is their extruder. Yeah, that's the #1 weak point. Got lucky. Nice. Yeah, I have never had trouble with the tube itself or that portion. I literally had a defect on mine. Like, mine was legitimately broken. And then the one they sent me, they literally said in the email with it, said do not print, you know, hot temperature, just keep PLA pretty much. So I'm not going to do it. I'm just going to wait until they give me the right one, and then I'll be able to do it from there. Yeah, P1P is a little bit bigger. Yeah, 256, yep. Some of the K1. Yeah, K1's pretty much a standard machine, just looks significantly better and much just higher quality than the standard machine. Yeah, there's a delay. About between 8 and 12 seconds of a delay. Filling on a printer, same as you, it looks. Nice. Yeah. It's 10 o'clock already, I probably need to just keep going. Jose, dude, I finally got my Aquila C2 printer today. Don't laugh, people. Haha. I'm old and I'm an old-time noob. It's all good. The C2 is a nice bare bones machine that you can make into whatever you want with time. Keep it as is or just continue modding. So it's all good. Good platform. Feder, anyone following your videos has it made. Thank you. That's very kind of you. I appreciate that. Andrew, if I could fit a bamboo hot end extruder in K1, I might be tempted. Yeah, I mean, with some time, you'll be able to. I don't know if you want to, though. Their hot end's pretty good. It's not the hot end that's a problem, it's the extruder. And if you look at Nathan Builds Robots videos, he made an adapter where you can install a bunch of different extruders on the K1 already, and they're working perfectly fine. If you don't mind it being a little taller. Which, why would you mind? Like, that cover you can move up, so that's not really a big deal. So you can already put any extruder you want on it. Anyone happen to have a recommendation for LED strip? I wouldn't know. This is the first time I'm putting LED strips on. But just as a thing, I bought these on Amazon. These addressable RGB. They're 100 for 15 bucks. Could be cool. They're really small. You can install them pretty easily. I can see the comments before you can? Oh, really? Black Diamond, what printer? Yeah, Nathan's wild, man. He's going to continue doing all sorts of crazy stuff on that thing. Little strip. Oh, yeah. Yeah, these are singles. Well, you know, for this. Oh, I'm pointing like it's here. For the head of this machine. Alright. Let me make some more progress. That was fun, though. M3x8. That's these little guys. I didn't realize that gets clamped. That's kind of neat. Reality seems to have more of a just-in-time manufacturing, agile release and fail. Yeah, they're all doing that. You know, there's been 3 major, I guess, releases, so to say. The King Rune, KPL1, they had to completely undo. You know, the Chitty Tech machines got undone, unreleased, I guess, because they're rushing. The Bamboo machines have really put them in a spot where they're eating so much of this market that they created for themselves. Everyone wants a piece and they're rushing. And I think the companies that are going to succeed at launch are going to be the ones that take their time to actually develop and test the machine like pretty thoroughly before they release it. And I'm kind of surprised that Creality even went this route, to be honest. I thought they were going to basically take their Ender 5 platform and make that Core XY. That seems like way more of a Creality type of scenario, especially because they already have that platform and it's very fitting for their brand, you know, their strategy and everything. I actually have one of those machines boxed. I still need to review, but I won't get there for a little while. There's a lot of machines ahead of it. So yeah, this was definitely surprising for me. It's just very unlike them to go in this super premium direction. I know they have other machines like the Surmoon or whatever they're called, but this one's different because it's for consumers, and it just, I don't know, just different. Alright, those are mounted and looking good. Nathan's black, yeah, the breakout board's cool. Yeah, the ceramic, oh, yeah, one of those would be great. And they're pretty inexpensive. So this combo right here. So I have it all to evaluate at some point. Triangle Lab. All right, I don't have to point anymore. I'm doing this one. This Triangle Lab CHC, I think it's called, ceramic heater combo, and then pair that with these nozzles right here, and you have yourself an absolute winner. I think the nozzles are $10 for a box of, how many are in here? 4? Box of 4, and I think this was $25 on Amazon, so not that much. And you can, with this combo, you'll be able to print really fast on pretty much every material. So very easy, very cheap, and very effective modification to your machine. So something I'll be looking into at some point. I need to get back to that clipper powered Aquila, and I think with that modification plus the clipper, we should be able to not only print fast but print pretty much everything. So I need to get there when I can. Bamboo Labs being DJI vets. Yes, you know, yeah. I don't know if you guys saw that interview that was done with the CEO by Next Layer, or Previous Layer? Next Layer? Previous Layer. Next Layer. I don't remember the channel name off the top of my head. Although I'm subbed and watch every single video. The Next Layer, I think, podcast. But he said that when they got the team together, when they left and assembled, they didn't know what product they were going to do. And they kind of just stumbled upon, you know, deciding to do a 3D printer, and everyone just was like, oh, let's try it, and they did it, and this was their machine. So major success from nowhere, and they were willing to do anything. 3D printing was just something that they all decided on. It wasn't like they didn't leave the company or assemble to make 3D printers. They just assembled together as a group of engineers. I thought that was kind of interesting. So maybe Bamboo Lab will even go into a completely different industry at some point. It's very possible. Keep it under 20 bucks. Yeah, that's fair. Really wonder if Crucifix is behind the 8-ball now. It might. I have a feeling that they're okay. They have so much skin in the game. I don't think what people are talking about online really matters that much. Like, there's so many more people that aren't heavily invested in talking on the internet. That's a small group of people. and their machines run forever and have an amazing warranty. You know what I mean? Like, the people that don't have FOMO, that don't want the latest and greatest, are going to be using their machines for a long time. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Jose, I don't know when you have Discord, but it's cool to be able to chat with you live. Yeah, I definitely like the live stream thing a lot. I did do lives in the Discord a couple nights, and some people jumped in, and that was pretty fun. I might do that more often if I'm down here working anyway. And that'll kind of just be chatting, but I might do it on here too, because this platform is so much larger than my Discord. But yeah, I agree. It makes it feel, for me, it makes it feel like, you know, I'm interacting with you guys instead of cameras pointed at me and I'm just talking to myself. So yeah, Andrew, I agree. Yeah, I haven't really used the YouTube live feature before. Yeah, I kind of got into it because of Nero 3D. I started watching his live streams, and then that opened the whole door to live streams that I never used to watch before. Then I started going back and watching live streams when they weren't even live, and just the information that you get live that's not, you know, cut and pieced together into a video is interesting. Like right now I'm not really building, which is a problem for the build, because if someone wants to jump in here to follow along with the build to see if, you know, some problem, like look through a problem, they're gonna have to dig a little bit more, but it's still fun to do. So how do you highlight people's names? I don't know how to do that. I've never done it. I do know people, like I've seen other YouTubers like press something. I think it's like a what was that app? The very first time I live streamed, I used the third-party app that I paid for. It was like $30 a month or something along those lines. I got away from it because OBS is really powerful and has a bunch of other tools, and it's free. And I decided to use that instead and try to learn it. So because there's like transitions, there's all kinds of overlays you can do that I haven't gotten into, obviously. But yeah, one of those things would be if I'm like reading someone's chat, to be able to pop in their chat. If anyone knows how to do that actually and can point me in the right direction, that would be amazing. Alright, let me keep going. Do not overtighten, okay. Oh, looks like we're popping this thing back to normal. Why? Aren't we gonna have all this stuff to add in a second? And I'll do it upside down. So hold on, that's the back right. Means this one. I'll just put them in upside down. Looks like I need 3 of them. All right. These are very loose in here. Should be okay, but they're in there. All right, 3 of them. Rotate the zip tie loops. Okay, lock them in place. All right, the other side gets 3. I, for some reason, oh no, here's the third one right here. Okay, so they both get it. Wonder how that's gonna work if they're this loose. Might have to reprint these. I guess the ABS shrunk a little bit in this particular instance. All right. Voron Trident was released on the 16th of August, 2021. Okay, that's fun. Electronics, here we go. Raspberry Pi. This thing. What's this thing? Is that this? Is that this? I don't think I printed that thing, did I? Unless it's this piece. Okay, that's this piece. These are the unlabeled ones. It's gotta be it. What's this guy? This is something else. It's not that one. It's not this. This one. And this guy, the Pi. It's gonna go like this. So modular. M2x10 self-tapping. Those are, let's look at our little kit. M2x10 self-tapping, here they are. How good are the Soval printers? Yeah, from what I understand, they're great. I have one in the box, SV06. I did a review on the SV01 Pro, and that was really good. From what I understand, the SV06 machine is amazing for what it is and how much it costs. So there's that. But, you know, like I always hesitate to fully put my recommendation into a machine that I don't have firsthand, you know? I have it, just not put together yet. Yeah, I'm gonna get into some budget printers here soon, starting with the Ghost 6. Just so you guys see what I'm doing here, is putting one of those onto here, like the instructions. And they're self-tapping in. Gonna continue to do it here. SV06 is basically a lower price Prusa Mark III. Yep. Hey, Serge. Yes, sirree. They basically cloned their machine. You know, clone is an interesting term, but this one is actually a very close clone. What came first, the chicken or the egg? You know what I mean? What pie is generally recommended for a Voron? Hopefully a 3 would be sufficient. Oh yeah, for sure. 3 would be great. You can use quite a bit. Even the 2W would work. You can use a lot. Actually, like I think one of the other plans I have is this Fysetc Pat 7. This has their CB1 installed, which by the way, CB1 is very inexpensive, and you could run a Voron as well. This has it in there. I'm thinking because of its screen, this could be cool to do a entire conversion to, you know, like have this at the front of the Voron, and use that as the controller. So we'll see what happens later. But yeah, the SB1, their SB1 is really inexpensive, and it has a Pi 4 adapter. It's also really inexpensive. That'll fit into anything that a Raspberry Pi would fit to. Some people like them, some people don't. I have 2 CB1s. They seem cool. I downloaded the direct drive bracket you made for the C2. I know it's to stay on low budget, but will it last, or should I get a metal one? Because you know the modding has begun. Try it. It's free. It's very easy. My suggestion with it is to also print. So if you wherever you download it from, whether it's printables or Thingiverse, in my designs there's also a thing called a feather extruder. Download the lever from there because it gives you adjustments for the tension. I've had the feather extruder, which is essentially the same thing, just not direct drive. I've had that thing on machines for like 3 years without a single failure. So it'll be totally fine. You know, print it stout, take your time printing it, and it'll be totally fine. But definitely print the lever with it is my suggestion, Jose. Oh, that one's on my list. Gotta get more black filament first. Yep. I still have the SV01. Yeah, it's a good machine. Few mods, a bit of tuning, replacing fans, especially the Hada fan. Still kicks out pretty decent quality parts. Yeah, it's a decent machine. Nothing wrong with that. BT also has a full-on Pi alternative. Oh, that's true. Yeah, the digits that just come out. Yeah, they have all sorts. Big Tree Tech. Wow, I can't say Big Tree Tech. Big Tree Tech has some amazing stuff, man. They some people for some reason don't like them, but I love them. I think we're putting the Pi on here, huh? Let's do that. The Pi. Better not drop this thing. Legitimately, like the quarter of the price of the whole kit. I guess I'll need to find an SD card for this thing. I don't even have one. Oh, right, the included one. Victory Tech seems to do a pretty good documentation from what I've seen. Really appreciate that. Yeah, they have a lot of schematics. Their GitHub is potent. Yeah. All right, so this gets put on like that, very nicely actually, and this also uses the self-tapping M2s. So let's get 4 of those out. So aside from marketing, why don't you guys think that this particular kit is that popular? Because I truly haven't seen much conversation about this thing at all. And it just seems odd because it's at least from my view here, it's pretty darn good and compelling. I mean, there are cut corners, and like the fans, like the full wiring instead of the PCBs. You know, it's not all the way up to date. Like, that's my only real critique. Otherwise, though, hard not to recommend. The Pi, the labels, the documentation, the options. That seems like it's really good. Any opinions on that? I guess you're not gonna have as many sales for a $1,000 kit as you are for a $300 kit, a $400 kit. So maybe that's why. Kinda don't like that these go all the way through like that. See how they come through? Pointy pointy. Hurdy hurdy. Price difference, you can get PCBs though. Yeah, I mean, they have them. Like, they're available from Fysetc. They have a million of different options that are really inexpensive, technically. Like, I wonder if at some point they'll have, like, a slightly more updated kit. But I definitely like that there's an infinite upgrade path for this machine. Like, you building this and putting it together is just the start of your journey, which is kind of hilarious. Like FPV drone, pretty expensive, and you have to build it. Yeah, yep. Yeah, believe me, I know. Yeah. fully aware. Fully aware, sir. Alright, look at this little cutie pie. Never called one of their older kits a BOM on a box. I think the Voron team don't like some kit manufacturers because the Voron team ends up having to do support for them. Right, that's fair. That's fair. Also, to be fair though, they kind of signed up for that, right? Yeah, I mean, I remember some of them mentioning that if they don't get if the company doesn't like reach out and talk to them about stuff, they get a little more apprehensive with dealing with them, obviously, which makes sense. But then again, it's open source; you don't really have to, you know what I mean? So I totally understand that. Oh, so we're not putting that on right away. We're just going into the next one. All right, so I'm gonna set that aside. Here, I'll put it up here, so there's something more to look at least on the screen. Hold on, let's do this. Yeah. Alright, now we have that little guy. What's it called? RS-25. Heavy little thing. Have you ever tested the CHT nozzles? No. But I just bought a bunch of different varieties. I hear nothing but great things. That I can recommend because I'm looking forward to testing them myself. Seems like a sure way to be able to know that you can print faster and with more flow. Nice, yeah. They're really inexpensive, especially obviously the knockoffs. And I hear good things about the knockoffs. They seem to be okay. I meant BOM. Yeah. Oh, right. Bill of materials is what how I read the bomb. Not like bomb with a B at the end, like BOM, like bomb. Yeah, and you know what's funny, Ballistic, is when I was unboxing this machine, without looking too deep into it, I thought this was literally going to be a Chinese, bill of materials. Like, that's what I thought this was. I thought it was going to be just a kit thrown together, and then as I kept taking parts out, and then the pie, everything is, their own PCBs, their own super clean, labeled everything. I was not shocked, but I guess I was. I was like stunned that it was so good. So that's why I'm asking. Like, it seems like it's pretty damn good, compelling. Surge. I've been looking at different Core XY printers. Keep going back and looking at the Ender 5 Plus. It's not a Core XY machine. The Ender 5 Plus. Actually, the Ender 5 Plus. I don't know. I have the Ender 5 S1, not the Plus. I don't know what the Ender 5 Plus is off the top. Cost effective just to get a Voron kit or just get a used EP5 and upgrade. It depends. Any Ender 5 is very familiar. You know, it uses this one is not. It has its own design language, it's its own thing. There's plenty of mods and cool things you can do with a Ender 5. Lots of really cool stuff. A great machine. So it just depends on what you're after. I have this Ghost 6 by Flying Bear that's coming up that I'm actually really enjoying. Look those up. They also have other slightly more expensive machines than that ultra budget one. They're all Core XY, metal enclosed. Definitely check that out if you're looking for something along those lines. Because the Ender 5 is technically pretty expensive, especially enclosed. Oh no, he said bomb. Revo High Flow is based on CHT. Right. Yes. Yeah, I saw a bunch on that. Raspberry Pi should call the next release Raspberry Pi 5. Unobtainium. Yes. The Unobtainium. Alright, so we got this little guy, and it's labeled. Let's see if I can get the light. I can't get the light. Well, it's labeled. But just believe me. And it's going in this direction. And we need the M3x6, which if it's these little guys, I'm not using these little guys. Yeah, I'm not going to use them. They are, you know what, I'm just going to put this whole bag in the trash. Actually, no, I'm going to keep it in here as a reminder to add to my notes, because I don't have that in my notes. But that little baggie of M3x6s is bad. Alright, so we need just 2 of these to get the button heads. And by bad, I mean their heads are machine funky. They're the wrong size, so they strip out instantaneously. The threads are okay, but the heads are wacky. Fysetc seems pretty well positioned to make these kits. They're already making like every RepRap based. Yeah, right. And the fact that they have, what are these, like Fadus hot ends? Everything's branded. Motors, you know, like steppers, stepper drivers. It's good. Like, legit. Everything's legit. I thought it was going to be non-branded nonsense, but it's all legit. Get a Raspberry 5, you need to travel through space and distant planet. Fight a species giant blue lizard monkey. Yeah. Yeah. So as far as full ARM, you know, I'm very Mac based for just what I do for a living, design oriented, video editing, audio, that type of thing. I will only buy Apple machines for work related stuff. For gaming, I have a Windows PC that I built. But ARM has been, like, their own chips, their own Apple Silicon has been freaking amazing. Like, just, I have the MacBook Pro with the M1 Max from, I guess, like a year and a half, 2 years ago. And it is just, I can do literally everything on it. The battery lasts forever. It's an amazing machine. It's unbelievable. Yeah. I don't know where I was going with that, but there it is. What's your go-to brand of filament? Easy, 3D Max. I've been using Hackers for a while. Trying to break out a little bit. 3D Max, easily. Oh, speaking of filament, everybody, there's a pinned comment in the chat. Head up there for a chance to win this Sunlu filament. Here's the lovely color. This is their Meta PLA that prints at a little bit of a cooler temperature, so if you're printing hot, you can probably go a little faster with it. This will be shipping from me directly, up to $35 in shipping anywhere in the world. I will also throw in a sticker. All you have to do is just stay to the end of the stream where I choose a winner. Hopefully that winner is here and in the chat present. Otherwise, I'll wait a little bit and then pick someone else that's actually in the chat, because I want to give it to somebody that's, you know, here with us. But yeah. As far as filament, 3D Max, they keep expanding. They just released their silk filament line with black, white, and gold, and I've tested it. I've tested the gold so far. I have it here, actually. And it's fantastic. Look at that shine. The white looks incredible, kind of looks like pearl. And I'm getting some to give away on these streams. So I have one more Sunlu filament to give away, and I'll be moving to 3D Max filament to give away. But to answer your question, 3D Max. Pretty much almost all of the bins you see here and against the other wall are filled with 3D Max. That's what I buy. That's what I get. And they send me some too. Not some. They send me a lot as well. They're my filament sponsor. I'm using everyone. I hear good things, Diamond. I had an M1. It was quite nice, but I went Surface Pro 8. It's a work Windows shop. Oh, okay, that's fair. I might go Surface Pro 9, 10, if ARM on Windows is worth it. ARM on Windows or Windows on ARM? Because I run Windows on my, you know, ARM, like this MacBook, and it works. Windows works really, really well. There we go. I'm gonna put my accomplishments up there. Oh, okay. Power supply time. Cool. Getting into the actual components of the build. Nice Meanwell power supply. No BS knockoff here. Legit Meanwell. Windows on ARM, right. I love them, but I have to stick them in a literally oven every month in order to keep them dry. Yeah, you gotta get yourself, Black Diamond, you gotta get a filament dryer. I have two. I have the Sunlu S2 filament dryer, which I like a lot. I wish I had a fan in it, but the fact that it can go to 70C and stay there is really, really good. That's a good filament dryer. The other one I have is the Esun, I don't remember what the name of it is. That one's cool. It has a fan. Has a little spot for desiccant, but it doesn't. There's no temperature readout. Your temperature is 1, 2, 3, 4, and I don't know what 4 is. It gets hot, but there's no way for me to know without like a gauge. So if I was to choose between those, I would go with the Sunlu filament dryer. It's worth the investment because you can print out of them. They have a roller inside of them. So what I typically do is overnight I use them, like I use the dryer, and then I just print right out of it. And I can't recommend it enough. You gotta get one. They're great, and you don't have to do any oven-related stuff. It's kind of like a dedicated, you know, specific thing. They say the only thing that's better than one is them too. That's true. Yeah, like we bought ours right before M2, and we went all in. Like, we have the top tier machine essentially, and we did that because when I started my business a long time ago, like 12 years ago, we got Macs, and we just went all in on the MacBook Pros, and we had them the entire time. They lasted forever, and we used them constantly. So we just kind of did it again, and haven't had to buy machines, and it's been a really great business expense, actually. Like, that was a good choice. M4x6. Yeah, so I'm putting my entire business on the line for it, if that's a recommendation that you'd like to hear. And if you trust me at all. That's how good I personally think they are. We need some M4x6s in this kit. And I'm digging around for them, and here they are. M4x6. We need 4 of them. I love the labels on the hardware. It's just so useful, so easy. Only Apple. Apple is the only candle holder in the arms race. Yeah, I think all of their new products have just absolutely crushed. They have done a phenomenal job, even if you don't like them, which I understand why you wouldn't. The ecosystem that they've managed to develop is amazing. Having a phone, just for example in my business, having a phone, like an iPhone, where at any given moment I can switch my call to the computer or write an email as I'm walking out. All of that continuity stuff that it does works together to answer calls on the computer. You know, the chat working together, all that stuff is so good. It's so well done. It's hard to escape. I went to Android just to try it, and I went back kind of swiftly. And I still have Android devices because they're good for a lot of things. But that ecosystem, at least for business, for me, is an absolute no-brainer. I will not go with anything else. I am invested. And it's not just because of the investment. I honestly do believe that it's the best in the business for that type of thing. You'll definitely see a return on investment. Yeah, just so far so good. I haven't had a single problem. There's a little glitches here and there, like software glitches, which are annoying, but everything has those glitches, and most things have them way worse. All right, Caleb. Thanks for popping in. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Pruggy, you leaving too? See ya, buddy. I can do all that with an Android. Definitely. You can 100% do it all with an Android. I'm not saying you can't. I'm just saying that it works so well together out of the box without any effort. It's just not the same. You know, sending a text message to your family with your kid's video on the fly without having them to jump through hoops to get it or to see it in full resolution. You know, having an older person like your parents download a special app just to use with you to get their photo, that's ridiculous. You know, just little things. Not that you can't. You can. It's unbeatable in my opinion. But that's just an opinion. Everyone has an opinion. Don't take offense to that, please. Smash that like button. Thank you, Mika. I appreciate that. Yeah, for sure. Hit that like. And jump into that link and for your chance to win a filament. A spool of filament. Alright, so we got this guy and this guy next. And we are now putting on this with the self-tappers again. We need 4 of them. This is... doesn't actually say what this is for, but it's for the motherboard. Why does it look that way? Please the dummy. Keep the file size of the printers CAD manageable. Okay. Alright, so we're getting out the motherboard. Which is fun. I haven't looked at it since the unboxing. I'll probably stick to iPhone unless Google Android actually takes their wearable seriously. Wearables are going to be an interesting time in our lives. boys and girls. I have a lot of mixed feelings about the wearables. But, you know, I don't know if you guys watched the Apple presentation, not just the commercials, but the way that they presented it. That is one of the craziest pieces of technology ever. I don't know how I feel about it at all. I'm not buying one for $3,400 by any means necessary, but the amount of tech and design and the manufacturing and just the amount of hardware packed into that thing is mind-boggling to me. Just mind-boggling. How's the build going? Hey, Mark from Ender Extender. Welcome. You guys have, if you remember, I did a series on the Ender Extender machines. Mark is the owner. And, yeah, the build's going well, Mark. I'm really enjoying this kit. It's really fun to put together. And I'm in this, like, pivotal part where I'm adding electronics to the bottom. And, I'm excited to finish it, you know? This is the 8th stream, I think, right? 8th? 9th? Maybe it's even the 9th. I don't even remember anymore. I can't see like on my screen anywhere very easily. So it feels like it's been forever. I'm just excited to get it done. I wish I had more time just to do this thing, you know? But I appreciate you popping in here, for sure. Good to see you in here. No need for special apps anymore? Oh, good. Finally. Good. Oh, I didn't know that. Serge, I had no idea. So that's good. I've been out of it for a little while, but I definitely had an Android phone for a little bit there, and I just couldn't do it. I couldn't get my family on the same page by getting a third-party app. And that was the last straw. Like, you know, you had such an amazing device with beautiful cameras, and like my kid will be doing something, I'll take this awesome, amazing 4K video, and I can't send it. I have to have them jump through hoops. I quit. Imagine buying a headset for your kids and then they drop it. Yeah, you're not buying a $3,400. I'm not buying a $3,400 headset for my kid. Hell no. Part 8. Thanks, Caleb. I'm losing track. There's too many. Cool. Thanks for popping in. Need to pick up a Voxelab extender soon. Yeah, they're cool kits. Really cool kits. I'm 20% done. Yeah, the wiring and then firmware, that's going to be nutty. Do you know a guy that does remix reviews? I don't know. I don't know what that is, but that's not to me. Alright, so I need the motherboard from what I understand next. Yes. Motherboard with the million little jumpers. This thing is cool. I mean, the fact that they even went through the trouble of the back here, and could have saved some money on that. It looks so good. When do I populate this thing with stuff? I guess later. Wall mount that. Yeah, that'd be kind of neat. Wall mount all the electronics to the printer. Have some like conduit that goes to the machine. Yeah, this thing is... It's definitely... Just the fact that you could do anything with this board in terms of like... You can run any fan. You got a 5-volt fan? Fine. You know what I mean? Like, anything. It's pretty good. I know there's obviously other ones like that, but... Run any display, run any component. It's cool. It's fused. It looks like it's built really well. It doesn't even have crooked components anywhere. Everything's super straight. USB-C if you need it. Yeah, you can definitely nerd out on this thing. Alright, so M3x6 again, which I need to get my own. We need 4 of them. Alright, let's try to do button for this. Got it. Don't need washers or anything, right? No. Kind of surprised we're not threading these in to heat inserts, but I guess there's absolutely no point in doing that. Also, which direction does this go? Well, good thing I looked. It goes in this direction. So that apparently matters. And then this also matters. It's not this way, it's this way. Alright, good thing I checked. Wait, guys. I have tools for this. We have the power. Here I go again. You're supposed to tell me these kind of things. Hey, Futter, look slightly over the tool that you prepared. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's... I just saved like 10 minutes of your time. Guys, this tool is no joke good. I'm gonna keep mentioning it the whole stream, like all the streams. Like, if you build machines or work on 3D printers, this thing's amazing. It has so much power, and you barely ever have to charge it for any reason. It's just good. I do have a critique. It doesn't come with the right, what's it called, bits for 3D printing, but as you can see, you can buy any extension, like a DeWalt thing or whatever brand that you like, for literally cents, and it works. Lemons! All the time. Full size SD? No, this is not a full size SD card. Yeah, this is still a SD, like a micro. Yeah, not a full size. I bought a Hodo after Feto's recommendation, and I love it. Hey, look at that. Use it all the time. When was the last time you charged it? Because I think I've said this for the past like 4 streams. I still haven't charged it. I've never gotten to the end of the life so far, and I'm not going to charge it. I want to see just how far I can go. I have the Fysetc kit. Nice. Yeah, Fysetc makes some great stuff. Maybe Ron Davies. Sorry, I was chatting with a friend. He mentioned that he knew someone that makes Ender 3 parts. I've never charged it. It's an infinite power. Of a company in the back's right to repair so hard. Do they? I never know that about them. Hey, look at this. Cool. Oh, we get to use that little crazy mount. Okay, I gotta find that. Get that out. Other drivers. That's not it. That's not here. Well, okay, here's the actual relay. Where's the crazy? Okay, this is all cables. All cables. Yes. Do you guys know, maybe Jeff, if you're still in here, do you know if the SD card that comes with here, does it go into the Pi or the motherboard? Here it is. I use the iFixit bits in the Hodo, right? iFixit. I fit it. I fit it. Where did you fit it? Actually, don't post about that. Yes, we do make stock parts. Just PM me or Facebook Messenger email. That's nice, Mark. Thank you. Uh, 300 by 300. Yeah, I think he does. But I'll let him answer. Where's my trash can? Got it. Probably Pi. Motherboard only needs it once. Yeah. I can't say that here. I knew it. Black, you're too late. Got the Hodo last week. Nice. Alright, let's see how this fun contraption works. So it mounts, I guess the spring part doesn't matter which direction. So I'm sure the direction of the relay actually matters. And 4x6. 4x6 is here, we need 2 of them. Hahaha. Alright, let's see. There it is. Wow, that thing will literally do that the rest of the stream, huh? Okay. I know there's an update. You don't have to tell me. I guess it's a good thing. Be up to date, you know? Alright, relay is mounted. Solid state relay. Look at all our goodies over here. Piling up. Oh, heat inserts. Look at that. I thought we were done with those. Guess not. Gotta get our printed parts. What time we got? 10:50? Okay, so still a little bit of time. Guys, while I look for this part, there's a pinned comment at the top. Enter your name there, and answer the question for your chance to win this Sunlu filament right here from me directly. I will ship this to you. $35 shipping cost max. If it goes over that in your country, I'll have to ask for some help. I'll throw in a sticker as well. And I'm hoping to pick a winner at the end of the stream. And you have to be present. If you're not present, and you can claim it kind of in the chat, I'm gonna have to pick someone else. I really wanted to go to somebody that's here. I know some people have to go. I understand that, but I'd really like to give it to someone who's, you know, staying through the whole thing, just to thank them for their time. I hope you understand. But yeah, that's up there, and the filament's pretty cool. Beautiful color. All right, where is this panel? So this is that keystone thing. I'm not going to use that. This is a single. I printed them all, but I didn't know which one I was going to need. Alright, this is it right here. We need this. We need the power cable. Wait, this is different. Oh, this is different. I wonder if I printed this one. This one has an integrated... This one has an integrated button. Let's see. I have two 128 SD cards for flash and motherboards. Nice. So the big video just shows the bottom of the printer, but everything you do... Yes, and I could change it to this. Thanks for pointing that out. Yeah, it's because I was doing it the other way. Like, everything before was working on the actual printer itself until I had to mount all those little things. And then I just got distracted. Alright, so hold on. I gotta find the right piece to this, so let's, Oh, I see it right here. I have it. That's why I printed all these. Let's see if this is correct. I think so. Yeah, that's right. Okay, yeah, that's correct. Alright, so we got that one. Dremel time. What time will the stream end? I try to aim for 12 at the latest. Let's see how much more I have left. Looks like we're gonna mount this up. We're gonna click everything down. So just put everything in place essentially. There's a switch. Could do that later, but I have all this. That's it. So not that much longer actually. It will be before 12. An hour to do that? Yeah. Let's just say 12, but I'm hoping to be before that. You know, if I get chatty like I typically do, you know, then it might be different. Oh, I see. Watching on the TV. Oh yeah, if you got this thing full blast, then yeah, you'll notice much more than me. Is that Benchy's in the background? Yeah, it's every filament that I've ever had. I've printed one Benchy. There's actually a second row that's not on display. I need to redo some of the mounting. So it'll have 2 rows of every color, essentially. So every filament roll that I've ever had, I print a Benchy. And at the moment, I have 4 more rolls to print a Benchy with to put up there. 12 Eastern Time, GM 451. How long until 12? An hour. It's almost 11 right now. It's 10:55. Alright, hold on. Let me get some things. So, it looks like for this one, I don't need 3 inserts. I just need 1. So let me quickly do that. Let's throw this insert in. And for that, let's switch back to this view. Okay, let's get out our secure. Alright, I know you guys have seen me boast about this 6S powered soldering iron, but I need the vise. Great. I literally set up booby traps for myself back there. Not much, Black Diamond. Not much. Someone made a honeycomb story, yeah. Oh, I thought you meant like, because back there, that black thing back there, that's all the honeycomb storage that's gonna go on this wall. This will all be honeycomb storage. And actually, the shelves that are, the holders for the shelves are honeycomb storage shelves. So, believe me, I've looked into it. Alright, so check this out. I'll do it again. Check out how fast this thing heats the 350. And whoops, it can go to 400, but I have it set to 350. This is with a 6S battery from my drones. In case anyone is looking for a soldering iron. What's it been, like 10 seconds, 15 seconds? Boom. And you don't have to have a 6S, you can run a smaller one, it just takes a little longer. No big deal. Post a link in your Discord. I will. I just can't right now, but I will. Alright, that was easy. Yeah, at some point I wanted to do like a whole website with all my recommendations and everything, but that takes so much time and commitment, I just never was able to do it. Yeah, Pine Sol is a great one, yep. I think you can actually get this cable with an XT60 plug for a battery. I like the battery because I could take this anywhere with me, and I'm not like tethered. You know, you don't have to, even to cool down, you can just unplug it and go. But I think the Pine Sol can do an XT60 connector, as far as I remember. Pine Sol's cool. I almost bought it a bunch. This thing was just so cheap. I think it's $35, or was $35 when I bought it. And you know, I couldn't do, like, why pay double if this thing does everything? It goes all the way up to 400. I've built so many quads with it now. 5, 6 quads. And everything 3D printing related so far. Stop showing cool tools. I can't. I like them. The parts list wish. Parts wish list. Yeah, man, I know all about that. I have them myself. Yeah, that and the Hodo. Yeah, man. No. So Bob, not on this one. This one. Where are we at? Where are we at? This one is the different, because I'm using, because theirs isn't split like the one in the Voron instructions. Now, is there a top and bottom? Which direction does this go? This goes that way. So it should be like this. Oh, you know what? I'll just match the way that the plug is on that side. I'll put it in this way. This doesn't actually matter. I don't think. Can we get this in there? You know what I need? Here's another tool that you literally need to have. If you don't have one of these, you need to get one, because it's an amazing tool. I use this thing pretty much daily, multiple times a day, every time I print anything. It's a deburring tool, and it's great. It does the deburring. It puts the lotion on the skin. I gotta list 3 printer stuff. Yep. Looks like a Smart Mini Pine Sol's 25. Really nice. It used to be much more. Unless, I don't know what the mini. What's mini? We're gonna do it this way. There we go. Alright, does that all line up? Can't tell. So I'm just gonna push it. Here's the Matrix song again. Mini smaller, cool. Alright, looks like we're in. Click. Oh yeah. Alright. Cool. And we're mounting it on the back over here in this corner with 2 M3x8s. The Voron design language. I'm falling in love / fell in love with it already. Wait, what am I doing? I need T-nuts. Why does this not mention T-nuts? Or was I supposed to put them in there already? Is that a mistake in the instructions? I don't think I missed that part. I'm just gonna use them. Or do I need them for somewhere else? Technically it's 40 bucks because of shipping. You can find it on Amazon, 40 bucks exactly with free shipping, conveniently. Nice. But I like the PID settings and open firmware. Yeah, the firmware on the Pine Cell is super cool. The fact that you can like upgrade it and do all that stuff. It's a soldering iron. Like that was my thinking, was like, it's a soldering iron. This has 2 buttons on it. It heats up. It lets me control how hot. Like you can set it on the fly. I set it to 350 because 400 is a little high for melting these things into plastic. You know what I mean? So that's why I stopped. They don't point out all the T-nuts, really. So here's the question, Jeff. Should I be using these super cool T-nuts with the things, or should I just be using the regular old schoolers? I did these. Okay. You removed 2 earlier for something else. Now those were from the top there, and I removed them because we don't have those little mounts for the wiring, because the wiring here just goes straight from the tool head down. So we're not going to need that bracket. It's supposed to make the metal high. What more do you want? This is a new generation. Nowadays needs all the fancy RGB. Yeah, RGB soldering irons. That's next. Also, I'd buy that. I like my RGBs. RGBGs. How about I use an Allen key? Randy! Hey Randy, how are you, man? I know I say this every time he pops in, but check out Randy May's channel. It's got a lot of super cool 3D print content, devices, laser printers, laser cutters, all sorts of really cool stuff on the Randy May channel. Big fan. I'm a big fan. Gen Z. Yes. There's a bunch of really fun Gen Z memes going around that I've been enjoying. In a world where RGB toilets exist, that is true. RGB electric screwdriver. Hey, this is close enough, right? Put RGB in there, let you control it. I bet that's an addressable RGB. Absolutely, Randy. Hardworking individual that's always given back in some way, and just very helpful in general. And I appreciate you, man. All right, the first skirt is on. That's exciting. Let's see where we're at. Can I put this stuff away so that it doesn't bother the crap out of me? Let's see. How hot are we still? Not hot. See ya. See ya. See ya. All right. RGB grease. That, now you're onto something. That's what I'm talking about. Heat pack looks too small. That's what was provided. So it's a 300 kit, and I think regardless of which one you get, the pad is that big. And I have a bunch of insulation, but I haven't done it. I'm gonna try to keep the rest of it stock outside of these stealth burner that I installed on here. But yeah, the heat pad does not go all the way. It should be okay. Some of the reviews of the kit don't suggest it being a problem. But we'll see. We'll see. I don't know. See if you had a pine sol. I'll tell you. It would tell you to get the temperature of the soldering tip instead of you risking your fingers. No, so it does tell you the temperature if you keep everything plugged in, but I didn't want the wire here, so I just unplugged it to cool down. If you keep the plug, it tells you the entire time to 0. Hey, Philip. Can we connect the K1 to the Sonic pad? Why? Philip, you wouldn't want to do that because the K1 has a screen and is running Clipper already. So the Sonic pad would be the most expensive screen. It would be extremely redundant. You wouldn't do that. And I don't even know if they would even communicate because of the closed nature of the K1. I was just messing with you. Good. Okay. Let's keep on it. Okay, so now we're just popping things on. Is it going to tell me where? Alright, so the back. I can use my thumb to kind of like finger to kind of push that. These things. I don't have this distribution board. So that's what I was talking about right here. These two nuts right here in this corner, we don't need them. Alright, here we go. So let's remove all this so I don't drop it. Because I will. And let's try to figure out the orientation. I'm just going to put this the way that they have it. That way, I don't have to think about it too much. Try not to scratch my table while doing it as well. And get grease all over my hands like I typically do when handling this thing. One more, right? Okay, no wires being pinched anywhere? No. Okay. Are you rolling with a stock screen? So initially I'm going to roll with a stock screen. It's mostly going to be headless anyway, right? But I think what I want to try to do is this thing. So I have this Pad 7, which, as you know, has a CB1 built in it. So I think I might try to integrate this after. Take this pie out of here and use this and have this on the front as a big 7-inch screen and have it kind of like integrated. I think that would be really cool. So we'll see about that. I'm not sure. I also have a separate 7-inch screen, also from Big Tree Tech. But that, I think it's an HDMI screen, so we'll figure that out. So to answer your question, I'm going to do it as stock as I can for now, outside of the things that I already modified. Alright, so let's get this on there. I've never used these before. Seems like a cool idea for mounting. Oh yeah, that's nice. Okay. Alright. So we'll keep that right there. Will this reach over there? Yep, okay. 100% stock, except what isn't. Yeah, I mean, I should have thought about that more, but it is my recommendation to go with the stealth burner over the afterburner. I have the afterburner, not a single issue with it on that machine, but I feel like it's the newest, right? And you're building this machine, it's free to do. Like, you don't need anything new except for a 15 fan, technically. So there I go, going back on my word. But I would print a stealth burner if I had to print those parts over an afterburner any day. Otherwise, there's not much different. That's the only main difference. So, what is stock on a self-built printer? It's only because I wanted to like evaluate this kit, and I'm still going to, and I still think this is very much this kit, except for the one thing. But I don't know. To me, that's not crazy. And that is this That's what this was for. It's for that little guy. Is it in the safe spot? I think so. Yeah. So that is where, let me try to understand this. It's right here. Yeah. That's where I took it out. How does this mount this way? That is a really cool little mount. Really cool. And that is this. So let me go ahead and press that in there. Free. Just need to buy more parts. Come on, just you know. Yes, if you're building a $1,000 machine, you're gonna get a 50 15 fan. Better cooling in every way. You know, there's a reason why they upgraded it to that. I know you're being funny. Maybe you're not. But it is what it is. Alright, M4x6. And we need an M510. Alright, let's do the big boy first. Yeah, like, I feel like you would have that planned already, and I did. So I just wanted to do it. I decided, and I did it. So when I do evaluate the kit, you know, I'll be sure to mention it from the jump that that I changed, you know, to a stealth burner from an afterburner. Just wanted to check if I did the right, if I had the power supply in the right mode. Yeah, the machine is upside down right now. Black diamond. Yeah, 1520. Oh. Does the Pi run something like Octopi as a part of Clipper to compute? Yeah, it's part of Clipper. It runs Clipper on it. So essentially, that's the part that thinks about everything, and it sends signal to your motherboard. So now the motherboard, all the motherboard does is it controls the functions of the machine. It actually like tells it to move and heat and handles that. It doesn't have to think about the file itself for any of those functions. It takes, so basically it takes all of that away from it, and it makes this much more powerful than just this, if that makes sense. Afterburner, why not the new and improved stealth burner? So on this kit, Mark, I have the stealth burner, and with a custom case, with a custom you know, thing with my logo on it. But the kit comes with an afterburner, so everything for it. It comes with every single thing you need to build it with an afterburner. Why? I'm not sure, but that's one of my critiques for the kit, is that some of the things feel outdated / they're like kind of skipping out. For I think $26, they have all of it. They have you know, Fysetc includes. They pretty much have every single modification that you'd want for this thing. So this is like the bare bones, and then they have these really low cost upgrades that you can attach to it. So it is what it do. Yeah, I got it, no problem. Print upside down, good bit of easy. There's some printers that print literally upside down. The PSU has a lot of airflow. Yeah, no fans on that because there's going to be two 60mm fans that blow air through the case on the bottom. Yeah, it's both a bummer and not at the same time, if that makes sense. It's like they give you the bare bones, and then you yourself can do whatever. But like I said, I think you would just, with a single purchase of a fan, you could just print the stealth burner over the afterburner, and you'll be fine. Another thing to consider is the stealth burner the afterburner has, the stealth burner has better cooling than the afterburner, right? Because of the bigger fan and the ducts. But like, if you're going to be printing a lot of ABS, ASA, you don't really need that anyway. So technically speaking, the afterburner will be more than adequate for majority of the things, right? Yeah, I can appreciate the concept as well. All right, so this guy here gets attached right next to it. Why is that locked in? Oh, okay. Aha. Alright, does it say how far? Use a flathead bolt driver to pull the latch open. Oh. I didn't need to do that. Be careful releasing it. It'll snap back into place. That's okay. So it looks like I'm kind of like lining it up like this. So that doesn't get in my way, I'm guessing. So we'll put it about here for now. I can always move it later. Oh, because that goes next to it. Okay. This is the power supply for the bed, specifically. This little cutie. Alright. And that's just evenly spaced, or what? These are closer together. This is closer to it. Let's do that. I really like the mounting system. First time, obviously, using this, but it's nice. Alright, Raspberry Pi goes facing me. Okay. And where are we lining that up? A little bit more to the left. Okay, got it. The small PS is for the Pi. Is it? I thought it was for the bed. Looks like the AliExpress store is running 200 off coupon, making the printer $873. Dang. Yeah, like that's pretty cool. 5-volt power supply. Oh, is it? Okay. Yeah, 873. I mean, buy a Bamboo X1C though. Is that a bat troll? Right, we're going this way. And we're putting that over here. Move this puppy over. Ah, the grease! The grease! Where did I put my rag? I shouldn't have greased the rails. Like, if you guys are watching this and following along, and you're gonna build this eventually, don't grease the rails until the very end. Like, just handling a machine and constantly touching the rails is just... it's been so annoying. Right, Bob. I knew that. I'm a professional. Build or die. That's our cause. Yep, tell me about it. Even if you don't build it, I end up building it anyway. Let's have an end of 3. Let's have the cable chain. Designing's not fun. At least you're designing it. Alright, and stop. This is a random thing to jump between, in my opinion. Yeah, we have this one. We have the PCB. Let's find where I ended up putting that little thing. These are the drivers. Here it is. Alright, here it is with its cables. I need to find that mount, which I don't think I have that mount. I think I printed this one. Oh wait, this is Hall Effect. We're good. I don't have Hall Effect. We have this one. Alright, let me get that. Let's find that and then I'll change the view. This is gonna be noisy. Alright, here's this portion of it. This guy. And let's find the other piece. Do I not have that piece? I don't have that piece. I somehow missed that cover. Wait, unless I'm crazy and that's this. Hold on. They don't know what the color profile means on the AliExpress page. Yeah, that's the actual extrusions. Gold, I think, is the cheapest. I think in the future you might try the Voron MMU. Yeah, I have it. I have the carrot feeder. So at some point I will be printing those pieces and doing it. Hold on, so this is the end stop pod. What is the end stop pod? I think that's just a different version of this thing. Hold on. Let me try to figure this out real quick, everybody. Before I make some kind of crucial error. So... just so you see what I'm trying to figure out here. So we have this thing. And this mounts in here. Nice and clean. Let's just do it real quick. I'm 3x8s. Look at these two. And it just threads into itself. And we will definitely use the Hodo for that. And stop pod goes on gantry. Right, but is this contraption called the pod? And they're just showing a different one, or am I missing a piece? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Put that over here before I drop it. Alright, so we got that going. Man, these buttons feel decent. alternate X, Y, and stop. So this is alternate. Skip it for now? Yeah, I can. Goes on the other side of the X gantry. Right, but... Right, so they have you... I'm working everything on... I'm working upside down, but then they want me to flip it back just for this piece? Hold on. Oh, let me just look with my eyes. Not that I don't believe you, that's not the thing. I just want to, like, see visually what the heck. Oh, no, this just goes here. Yeah, and it fits perfectly. Alright, let me just install that real quick, because it fits right there, and I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. Whoops, I pressed the camera button. What does that do? Nothing. Let me center this. And then I can do this fancy trick. So see those two that are left out right there? M3 by 30, M3 by 40, M3 by 30 are these ridiculously greased bolts. I mean, look at this. Look at this. They are greased to death. And they're the only ones that are like that, by the way. M3 by 30. Alright, so from what I've gathered, this just gets dropped in. Let's put these in there. What time we got? 11:30. Alright, we should be good. Hey, cat. What's up, friend? Come say hi. Wait, these are too short. These are too short. This is supposed to go into the mount. Hold on, I've done this mistake before. Because this was meant for... Since I'm using the optional mount, I have a feeling... Oh yeah, these need to be way longer. Hold on, we have in the kit M3x40s. Right here. Would that be enough? No, that's ridiculously long. What did I take out? Did I just get the wrong ones? That's all. These are M3x16. That's not it. These are M3x30. Oh, guys, I grabbed the wrong one. That's my bad. I grabbed the 20s that are in the bag. And right next to it is the 30s. That's my B, my B. These things are gonna happen. These noob first-time builders. What are you doing? What are you even doing? Do you even know what you're doing? No. There we go. Let me just double check. There we go. Now we're cooking. Probably grabbed the wrong parts. Yep. This is when I grabbed the wrong parts. Yeah. Yes, I did print my own parts. I printed everything on the Fysetc X Smart 3. Some of the stuff before I calibrated it. Some stuff after I calibrated it. The stuff that after calibration obviously is significantly better. But generally speaking, everything came out really nice. I have nothing to complain about at all. I haven't had any problems with the 3D printed parts. Alright, so our cool end stop switches are on. There's a wire for it that I will... Should I plug this in? Yeah, I'll plug it in. Just so I don't randomly forget or something like that. This will be in sight, in mind type of scenario. Let that hang. What's next? What's next? I have two builds going on at once. Wild man. It's okay if you have a few parts left over. That's right, I'll add them to my ridiculous bin. Oh, that's it. That's it. That was the last step for what we're doing tonight. Let me look over for what's going on next. Right, next is all the motherboard stuff. Yeah. Yep. I gotta love this photo. X Smart or X Plus? X Plus 3. The X Smart is still in its box because I was waiting for whatever they decide to fix on the machine since it got recalled. You know, no sense in me opening and reviewing a machine that's not out. Alright, hold on. I did that. Yep, so we'll be wiring this up. We don't have those connectors. Don't have this. Don't have all that. So then we'll go here. We'll be doing chain. Zip tie loops. Oh, I never noticed that one. That's a cool one. Here, let's see it better. Alright, you can't see my mouse. The very left one there. Never noticed that one. Cool. Yeah, won't have this. Okay, so basically, when it comes time to wire this, we will be using the Fysetc instructions and not this. Okay, yeah, so after the chains are on, we'll do this portion. Alright, so the next stream will be wiring some of the basics, and then this stuff. Yeah, this would be nice. This would have been nice. T-nut goes in. The end stop wiring goes upward. Oh yeah, look at that. See how that goes in. Hey, Jose with the gifted membership. Thank you so much. That's very nice. Very, very nice of you. I appreciate that. And whoever gets that will appreciate that. That's very nice. Thank you. It's kind of this is interesting. They seem to pop out a little bit there, but I'm guessing there's some zip tie action that'll go there. GM Ford 5051. Welcome to the super exclusive and prestigious 3D Print SOS YouTube crew. Thank you, Caleb. Did you clean and lube the bearings? Yes. So before I put the bearings on, I soaked them all in isopropyl alcohol overnight. So when I took them out the next day, they were as clean as possible. Like there was zero grease in them. And then I packed everything with grease when I was assembling them, which is a problem because I'm handling the machine and I'm constantly covered in grease. So I should have not greased them. Just clean them, install them. That would be my advice to anyone. And wait on the grease. Muffler bearing. Is the muffler bearing right next to your blinker fluid? Alright, so it looks like the next time we'll be putting on the chains and then wiring some basics here and there. But we're not going to be able to use most of this instruction. What's next here? Oh, okay, the skirt. So that's after. Okay, so there'll be a mix between this photo and this text and what we're seeing with the chains. So I'll probably flip the machine over. We'll do the chains next time. Then we'll put these in, right? I have to put this in first. At least the bottoms. And then we'll start up here. And I might even lay it on its side, technically, because it's hard for me to work that high. I need like a step stool. I'm not gonna freaking have a step stool. Yeah, so I have this is what I'm looking at. But if you look closely, everything's labeled in yellow. And I can zoom in on my end quite a bit. So that combined... Wait, does that work? Hey, okay, that'll work. I don't know, I can pinch and zoom. Cool. Alright. I'm going to give you guys, so it's 11:40. I'm going to give you guys about 10 or so minutes to jump into the pinned comment at the top of the chat for your chance to win this roll of filament from Sunlu. Well, it's not from it's from Sunlu. They sent it to me, but I'm giving it away to, because for you guys for sticking through to the end of the chat. This can go anywhere up to $35 in shipping costs. If it goes over $35 to ship from the East Coast of the United States to where you are, I'll ask for the difference. Hopefully 35 covers it though, because it's quite a bit. I'll also include my brand new stickers that I just got, so we'll have a sticker in there for you. And this is the Sunlu Meta filament, which prints a little bit cooler, so you could print a little bit faster if you print at a higher temperature, if your printer can do it, of course. But the color is super nice. In the video, like me looking on my monitor, it looks a little bit blue, but it's more green. It's kind of like a greenish aqua, really interesting color. So there you go. We'll pick that in a second. Let me take a look at how many of you guys are in here. 23. All right, all you have to do is put in your name, your email, and I think there's a little question. This time it is, what is your current favorite 3D printer? Just so that we can all have some fun reading it out loud when we pick. So I'll give you guys a few more minutes to kind of jump in there, and we'll go from there. Is that thing going to print gold? It better. The 300 cube Trident is tall. It is, yeah. Plus this table is really tall. It's at my belly button. Pretty cool color, I must say. Yeah, the teal. It's super cool color, actually. Teal aqua. Is it labeled anywhere what the color is? No, it's not labeled. Maybe it is inside. It just says PLA Meta Green. Yeah, it's definitely more green in person than what I'm looking at on the screen. Here, and I'll slip a sticker in there now. So what I will have the winner do is I will have the winner email me, and we'll figure it out from there. Oh, Black Diamond, it's Meta PLA. So their Meta PLA prints like 10 degrees cooler. So I think it starts at like 180 to 200 instead of like 200 to 230 or 210, whatever PLA typically is. So 10, 15, 20 degrees or so cooler. So if you're printing a little bit, you can print a little bit faster at a higher rate. I think it's what all the Hyper PLA that's coming out now for fast machines. I think this is their version of Hyper PLA. Because I know Creality does a really similar thing. They sent some over with the K1. Yeah, Sunlu Meta. Yeah. A low temp PLA. Yeah, it's almost like PLA pen material. Andre managed to have more people. You know, it is what it is. That means you know, someone will win more likely. I don't really mind how many people are in here, you know. Looks baby blue on my screen. Yeah, it does. It's just the coloring, because I have a lot of lights on. I have overhead and ahead of me, and they are, I guess one of them is cooler. Like, that's cooler, that one's warm. So it's hard to control the color that ends up coming out on the screen completely. Do you need my IP address? Yes. And your account number, and your PIN on the back of your debit card. And then I will ship this to you. Only when I get your social security number. Oh, you haven't touched PLA. What have you been printing with? PETG? We have some aficionados in the Discord. Yeah, color accuracy. So, for work I do a lot of color accurate stuff, but not here. Although I'm using a cinema display from my previous endeavor, so it is a really color correct display, but nothing in OBS is set to color correct whatsoever. So maybe at some point I'll put the effort in. I would like to make this setup look better, maybe with some overlays. Like right now the transitions are just soft transitions. It'd be really nice to make custom ones at some point. I think the one thing I do want to do in OBS is call outs to comments. Like, I would like to be able to press on someone's comment and have it pop up a little bit. I don't know how to do that at all. I got to look into that. There's just not enough time in the day, you know, all the things to do. You know what I mean? I haven't printed PLA in 6 months. Good for you. Yeah, I've been doing a lot of ABS lately, but PLA, I'm always going to end up printing something in PLA. Like, I just printed a bunch of things for this honeycomb wall over here. Actually, one of the cooler ones is this thing. You gotta love how specialized this is. This is a holder for that, and it's extra things. I can't wait to put this thing up, because all these bins that I have over here with just stuff that I rifle through when I work can be organized. And I want to do that. Plus YouTube compresses. Yeah, I'm sure it does to some degree. Yeah. I didn't make it. I found it. On printables, if you go to like remixes of the honeycomb wall, there's a million things. There's so many that if you need something specific, it's already made. Unless you want something like so obscure, it's already out there. A benchy mount, I've looked at a bunch of benchy mount, but I think what I want to do for that, and maybe, you know, your opinion would be cool. I have hold on, this thing. Let's do this. Ready? Let's finally use this feature. Yeah. So here, I'd like to have a second row of benchies, because, like I said, I have a whole heap more benchies to put on display, plus more to print. So right now I'm thinking a little shelf that goes down a little bit, so I can have another row. So at the moment, that's what I'm thinking. And there's a cool one I saw that's available that stacks 2 of them, and you mount it to the bottom of something. So I'd be able to mount it to the lip, take all these down one, and have another one basically hanging by the chimney, and then that will clear the top off so I can showcase all the other cool stuff, you know, that's printed up there. Thanks, cameraman. I could do ABS on Aquila. Yeah. Yep. I have the Aquila D1 right there that I print a bunch of ABS on. It works fine. Especially if you use the, what do they call it? In Cura, I think it's called a draft shield. That works really well, actually. Yeah, 3 minutes. 1 minute in this case. Last second, guys, jump into the pinned comment and put your name in and answer that question for a chance to win this cool spool of filament from me to you. Found a ton of holders, but I can't find that one. I don't have it all, like, I don't, you know what I mean? Like, I'd have to search, but it's there. It's definitely there. What camera is it that follows you? It's called, the OBS Bot Tiny 4K. I believe it was under $200. I got it on sale. And it's basically like a little camera that sits on a gimbal. And then the second camera I have also has that function, but it's not on a gimbal. Whoops. This guy is called the Meet 4K. And it is essentially like a smaller version, smaller than a GoPro. It's not on a gimbal, but it still does the same thing. It basically like crops in the image to 1080 and then it also moves around. The problem I had with it is it distorts on the bottom a bit. So I like the gimbal one because, like, for example, if I have it follow me, like right here, I could go over here while talking and then it goes, whereas the other one would have to, it would do that, but it would kind of like stretch things out towards the end. So it's really good for things like this, like zooming into stuff and having it work. Actually, it's this. That's the OBS Meet 4K. It's tiny. And the other one is the one that follows me. Is called the Tiny 4K. I believe there's a newer one coming out even, but it's a little bit more expensive. That orange car in your bamboo, is that an MK4 Golf? It's a Mark 1. That's a Scirocco. That's a Mark 2 Scirocco. Also, that's a Creality K1. Yeah, there is a... This is a Mark 1 Scirocco, and it's stanced. Then I have a Mark 1 Rabbit and a Mark 1 Caddy. Fun little builds, and you know, they're functional. You can find them on Cults, I believe. The guy's name is Sorpix. Yeah, Sorpix. And there's a lot more. There's buses, there's vans, there's Jeeps, there's a ton. Yeah, I used to be huge in the Volkswagens. I would love to get back into it as a project car at some point, maybe buy a Mark IV, but money's rough. Finally found it. Nice, Serge. Yeah, at a distance it's impossible to tell. Alright, let's do this drawing. Alright, so I'm going to go here, and I will pull this up, but I will pick the winner on a separate screen because I don't want their email to pop up like it has in the past. So let's hit review here. 24 entries. Alright. Let's make sure we have the most recent one. Alright, let's go to winners. I am going to draw a winner. One winner. It is drawing. And I think when it is picked, it'll be displayed on that screen in a second. I'm not sure why drawing is taking so long. It says 1%. Let me try to refresh, maybe. Nope, it didn't pick. Let's try again. Yeah, it's still trying to draw. I've never had this problem with Gleam IO. Sorry guys, some kind of technical difficulty with Gleam. Alright, here we go. Alright, so we got our winner. Let me announce it to the widget. Announce with avatar. Okay, and we'll refresh the screen. And we'll refresh the screen. Gleam, what are you doing? Sorry everybody, I'm not sure why this type of thing's happening. I've never had this issue with Gleam before. You know, I'm looking at the winner on my screen. I just kind of thought that I would be able to pop it up there. That's kind of a bummer. I don't want to show your, hold on. Give me 1 second. Let me hit, let me see if I can stop the... Because it says 58 days left because of a typo that I put in for the date. So let me see if I can stop it. Like I said, my apologies everybody. It's funny, I'm trying to give a thing away for free and still running into issues. Setup ends. Okay, here we go. Ends. Not August. Why did that even happen? It's ending right now. June 7th. And we'll do 11:56. I'm gonna hit save. I have a feeling that that's how this works. What is going on? Here we go. Refresh. There it is. Alright, I can't see chat on my screen because I was doing this the whole time. But Brandon C, you are the winner of the filament. And the answer to the question, what is your current favorite 3D printer, is the Creality K1. Congratulations on the filament. All right, let me go back to my screen so that I can talk to you guys. There we go. Yes. Sorry, I gotta catch up with everything you guys are saying now. How long did the big benchy take? I did a video on it. I think that was with the Mingda machine. I don't remember off the top of my head. Currently have a Mark IV Golf automatic, unfortunately. That's okay. Automatic's fine, especially if you have a Mark V Plus with a DSG. Those were great. Hoping to get a Mark IV GTI VR6. Yeah, those are super fun. I used to have a 2002 Mark IV GTI 1.8T with every single possible bolt-on in high school. I was in 02. I think I bought it in 03 or 04. Yeah, in 03. And I worked to modify that thing, so it was crazy. Surge. Yeah, I had to end the giveaway. It was my fault, my typo. I'll learn better for next time. Congrats, congrats, congrats. Me. Technica, that's you? That's fantastic. Perfect fit, huh? Because then you get to try it on your K1 printing fast. I need to apologize on the Canadian. You know, I always respect a sincere person, you know? And I'm not trying to do anything wacky. I'm just trying to announce a winner, so. Nice, congrats on the win. Unless you bought that brand new in high school. So I started working at 14 years old, and my dream was to buy a car. I didn't care what it was. And then one of my friend's brothers, older brother, bought a brand new GTI. It was automatic. It was a 1.8T Mark IV, 2001, I think, when they came out. A silver two-door GTI. And that thing was so fast for its time. It was like STI era, when everything was fast considered. Well under 300 horsepower. That thing was just blowing everything away. And I kind of fell in love with Volkswagen, and all I wanted to do was work so that I could save to buy a car. And my first car ended up being a 97 Golf 4-door, 2-point slow, automatic, because my parents wouldn't let me get a manual at the time. But I learned how to drive. I destroyed that car in every way I could. Just going way too fast everywhere. Not wrecking it, just mechanically destroying. And then I saved, literally since 14 years old and buying that car, I saved every penny to buy that GTI. And I bought it used with, it had like 16,000 miles on it. It was like a year old. My parents surprised me with it at work, even though it was my money. They like went and bought it for me, and brought it to work. My dad called me and asked me what color car I like, and I said blue. And they bought a indigo blue GTI to the office, to my work. So that was my life back then. At I guess I was 17, 18 years old at the time. Was just to literally work so that I can mod that car. That's all I did. I put so much money into that thing. Yeah, it was an automatic GTI 1.8T. Well, the one that I bought was manual, but my buddy had an automatic one that was my friend's brother. That kind of sealed the deal. At the time, their interior was amazing. The seat was insane. It was just everything. And my whole high school was very muscle car oriented, and so that everyone called my car the Kraut, and it kept getting vandalized and whatnot because we were into street racing at the time, and I was always messing with all the muscle car guys. So I ended up having a German plate on the front that said "Got Kraut," just to really reiterate everything for him. But yeah, that was such a fun car. And then I got a Audi A3 after that. That was the worst car I've ever had in my life. Every single possible thing broke. And then I left the Audi Volkswagen scene for Toyota, the truck. I had a Tacoma, then a bunch of Subarus and all sorts of wacky stuff. But I have a Outback now, a recent Outback. And I'd like, at some point in my life, I'd like to have a project car. And I think it'd be cool to have a Mark IV from high school, you know? My first car was a 95 Acura Integra. Oh yeah, was it a GSR by chance? Or just a regular Integra? And also, was it a 4-door and it was a green? Because that was common. Yep. Worked every night after school on it. Yeah, that was a good time. Nice, 78 Scirocco. Nice, that's cool. Yeah, the Scirocco's are really nice. I almost bought one time. I went to test drive one with my dad. And we actually blew the motor. It was a 16 valve Mark II. Blew the motor test driving it. And the guy was really nice about it. He didn't make us do anything crazy, and we felt horrible that we blew it up. We putted it back, and yeah, didn't buy one. Then I almost bought a Corrado VR6, and I didn't. And then I almost bought a Mark I. That was heavily modded. It had a 16 valve dropped in from a Mark II. I also didn't buy it, which is probably a good thing. Michael worked on Subarus for 15 years. So easy to work on. Some of the easiest cars to work on. I had a lifted Forester, lifted Impreza, some of the earlier models. Now I have a 2020 Outback. Bought a lift the week I had the car, but I never installed it. It's been in the garage. GS, yeah, those are cool. I had some friends with those. Search, currently swapping LS into 04 Mustang. Nice. That's fun. Couldn't afford the GSR. Yeah, they were expensive. They were. Drove an 02 Jetta with 337,000 miles. 1.8T with that much? Wow. Mine had like 70,000 miles on it, and I blew everything up. Well, because the way I drove and what I did with it. But yeah, wow, 337. Also, 337 is a GTI. It's a special model GTI. It was silver with beautiful BBS wheels, and my neighbor has one. And he has Steelies on it, which I guess he sold those wheels for, I'm hoping, a lot, or he keeps them pristine. I don't know, but he has a 337, which is cool. 1992 Ford Taurus SHO. That's actually a cool car. Not a lot of people, everyone slept on that SHO, but that thing's cool. Plan on drifting it? Nice. I'm also thinking about getting a 2012 Volkswagen GLI. Yeah, I don't know much about those. I never liked Jettas. Something about them. Probably because I had a GTI and a Golf, and once you have one, the other one feels weird. Nice. What year Police Interceptor? Because those are also ridiculous. With their short gearing, those are nuts. You guys are too young. Oh, here come the muscle car guys. We can't help the age that we're born, you know? Yeah, but those are cool. 69 GTO. 69 pretty much everything. That was a great year for American muscle cars. Chevelle has a distinct... I can close my eyes and distinctly picture the Chevelle. What a cool car. Yamaha made the SHO motor, really, or engine. I didn't know. Eagle Talon. So those. So a buddy of mine at high school, when I had the GTI, one of my friends had a Mark II MR2. At the same time, we were kind of like the import guys, and the other guy, his whole family had Eagle Talons, and they were like drag strip builds, like crazy all-wheel drive drag monsters at the time. Like no joke. And those cars were so cool. They were fast as hell. They were really neat looking. The older ones, like the 93s. And you don't see them. They're completely gone. They're completely gone. You can't find them. Yeah, the space and Golfs are nice. Yeah. You've been working on them since you were 6? Yeah, you probably have some knowledge. Alright everybody, I gotta get off of here just to keep these videos at least somewhat short. We've been chatting a lot, and my hope for this is to make it easier for people to find problems that we might have run into or something like that. So I really enjoyed chatting with you all. Everybody, thank you so much. Brandon, I'm trying to get your name correct. Technica. Send me an email to fetter@3dprintsos with the subject, I won PLA. Let's say, I won the PLA. And I'll talk to you through there about what they do next. And I'll get this over to you probably tomorrow. Alright, that was Swapped 04 WRX. That's wild. Yes, Caleb. Caleb, you've been on that. I appreciate that so much. Cool. Alright, everybody. Thank you all so much for joining. I really appreciate it. You guys really do help make this type of build so much more fun. The build itself is fun, but being able to interact with everybody, that keeps me doing this thing. I just appreciate it. So thank you all very, very much. And, yeah. I'll see you all in the comments. And, yeah, jump in the Discord. Let's continue chatting. There's a section for this in there. All right, everybody. Have a good night. See you.